Hello and welcome to the Archie Luxury live stream program. We're here today and we're celebrating the return of friends. That's right, guys. It's your chance to come on the stream. That's right, guys. If you've been on the competitors stream, that's okay. All is forgiven. We're here to welcome you on. Special invite to the Wizard. Exactly. I would like to get James on. Get James on. I would like to have James on. I'd like to have Blue Short Buddha. Speaking of Blue Shirt Buddha, $1.99. It's Sunday night with the Pontiff, and I got to put my aftershave on. Guys, I've been a bit bad. I said a few things on Mr. Smelly's channel, Mr. Smelly 1977, and for punishment, I got to wear dupe. I'll show you how you spray it. Spray. Rub. Spray. Ah, look at that. Dupe. Remember dupe? This is probably the cheapest bang per buck aftershave. It has got power. Guys. I gotta tell you, Bobby Google, Pugsley. You know what? That ain't the first son of a bitch who's ripped me off. Many years ago, I had my computer business. And I had this guy, Greg Raymond. Greg Raymond was an employee. And what happened is Greg, he was working for me. And then I had a phone call one day. So we were selling computers. I was selling computers, software, hardware, and accessories. And this guy rang up and said, I got the computer yesterday and I got a small problem. And I said, hey, what problem are you talking about? Because we didn't install a computer yesterday. But Greg had taken the day off, wasn't feeling well, and had installed a computer which he sold and sourced and sold himself. How's that? Same MO as Pugsley. Overweight, not that attractive, quite not very academically smart, but cunning as a shithouse rat. And, yeah, I remember I confronted Greg about it. He denied. And then my old man, always get a grey-haired guy in, he said, we're going to call the police. This is fraud. Someone's using our name. And then he confessed. And says, yes, it was me. Fired on the spot, Gregory Raymond. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. I can remember that as clear as day, sunshine, clear as day. So you think with Pugsley, disrespect to the Pontiff, I made 50,000 Americans, 70,000 Canadian dollars. And I'm the Brisbane toilet break laughing. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. That's very beautiful. Thank you, Pugsley. Thank you, Pugsley. Don't forget, with Pugsley, he says, I'm the Brisbane toilet break. That son of a bitch was trolling my chat session to get more views. He was trying to look for leads. He was trying to steal my leads. Solomon Royd, $10. Where's Jamie? Some man bullist. I can't sleep without his soothing monotone. And we've got Van Lux, $2.80. Don't think Wizard will be coming on. He's on JJ's live stream. Wow, look at that, hey? That's the way it goes. These guys here, they play the nasty games, This is the nasty games. Yeah, they just started early, don't they? This is just the way to do things. That's what they do. They'll stab you in the back. Look at that, JJ, hey? Yep. That's exactly exactly how it goes there. They're just nasty, very nasty critters there. It's this is how it goes, you know. Very, very. This is how it goes, guys. This is the YouTube world. Yeah, that's how it goes. So, guys, we're gonna welcome back. Let's get some people on there. The only people I don't really want is Dis. He's kind of a pain in the ass. They can keep him. So this is the show, guys. Let's go. Deacon, $5. Deacon, $5. Weezard was on your channel to advertise his watch business, not as a friend. Hey, there ain't no friends in this business. Believe you me. Believe you me, there ain't no friends in this business. Who said there was friends? Where are these friends? Tell me this. Where are these friends? I don't see them. Do you see any friends here? It's all vicious sort of dudes. That's the way it goes, guys. It is a nasty mess. That's what it is. It's nasty, vicious mess. That's what it is. This is just how the YouTube space goes there. And I've got to be totally honest with you, man. This is just it. Plastic, he's he can be a bit over the top, but I got to be honest with you there. Plastic is not it's just this is the way it goes. It's all vicious. It's all mean. This is it. This is the YouTube space. What can be said? What can be said there? This is just the way the YouTube space goes, guys. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. This is the way it goes. Yeah. Just say thank you to JJ for stabbing me in the back. What a son of a bitch. What a son of a bitch, eh? Yeah, really cool that. Thank you. They were all weasels. They're all weasels, you know? They're all weasels. So, let's jump on the bandwagon. Okay, guys. What can we say there? Well, let's get into this show. What's new? What's happening there, guys? Let me ask you that. What is new? Deacon, Juco Ted. Where's Juco Ted gone? I miss him. Juco Ted. It was pretty cool, Juco Ted. The nerdy one. Where is the nerdy one? That's what I want to know. Solomon Royd, $10. Have you ever considered the impact you've had on the rancher? Considering his insanely unhealthy obsession with you. You know what? That rancher, he left me. I never booted him. He left me. That's what happened. The rancher walked out. Yep, that's what happened. And I've had many times where I've asked the rancher to come on my stream. He's not interested. He is not interested. So, the rancher, I got to be totally honest with you, that was a very weird kind of relationship. Look, in many ways, I'm grateful to the rancher because we started doing the more live shows. We got us into that genre. I got to tip my hat and say, it moved me. I was only doing weekly. Then I became the whole face of this YouTube has changed, and that's why I'm trying to stream. I want to stream more. I want to get more streams happening. This is kind of I don't think there's a them and us team. Do you think there's a them and us team? I think it's the Archie Luxury stream. That's what it is. It's the stream, see? So I don't really have a them and us. It's all a community. It's the community. And I got to say, Here we go. Archie, second prize is a set of steak knives. You need to win against the snakes. Thank you. What an avatar, man. Where do you get these avatars from? Unfortunately, that's kind of like the way it goes there. This is the YouTube space. Guys, what can I say there? What is happening in Wizard was paid, with the Wizard. Fair enough. Soul Marinoid, look, I got to be honest with you. Some of those dudes there, they can be very unhealthy. Very unhealthy dudes. Where's James? I was hoping to get James on. James, that's from Showcase Watches. What a disaster. What a disaster. I got to be honest with you. The whole YouTube space, it's like herding cats. Vicious, nasty, sort of punters. There's nothing you can do with these dudes. They are very vicious, nasty punters. This is kind of how it goes. You can be singing at the top of your lungs. You have a good shows. We had some good shows. O'Sheen, he was so cool. We had so many good people on there. The problem is, of course, to sustain these things here, it gets a bit tough. What watches? I got to be totally honest with you. Let's have a bit of a look around at some wrist watches. Let's see what's happening on the wristwatch world. I got to tell you, man, if we go and take a look at my good friends Vintage Watch Co. This is in Sydney. I bought quite a few pieces over the years from Ronnie. I've recommended him heaps and heaps of times. Let's just bring up the screen. We'll bring it up now. Let's get their screen up and let's take a look. Let's do a bit of shopping. So if we have a look there, we can see their stock isn't huge. Stock is a bit low. Here we go. Look, there's a nice white dial. Holy, you've got James Cameron, 23. This is Aussie dollars. Sea Dweller, Rolex Sea Dweller. That looks like a pre-ceramic. My God, 15. Yeah, I suppose that's about right. Got a Vacheron. See, that's actually cheap. If that was a Patek, that would be like $8,000 to $9,000. See, this is the thing. With Vacheron, it doesn't hold its value like Patek. Patek is Patek, Look at this, 20,000 for a nipple dial root beer. So I got to say this Pam, see, white dials were normally terminal 114. What do I think? Is it box? No box or paper. See, this shows you the market is really going ballistic. Look at this here. This is watch only. So these here, look at this. $6,000. It's a nice watch, but no papers, no box. That's a kind of a strike with Pam's, and just under 6 Aussie. Geez, that's. Let's have a look at their Rolex offering. What have they got in Rolex? Rolex is where we want to have a look. Not a lot there. Not a lot there, guys. It's looking pretty. Not a lot there. Here we go. We've got a few super chats coming in. Thank you. I really do appreciate these super chats. That's what keeps us going here. Here we go. We've got Action Stations, $8. And we got Showcase.
Hey,
oh my God, we got Showcase. Showcase, I love you. I love you. Please, can I give you a love bomb? I need to give you love bomb because I've seemed to have lost all the other crew.
I thought I'll come on. I was going to go to bed, but I thought I'll come on, see you, and then wait for some other guys to jump on, and I'll jump off.
Just very quickly, Action Stations, $8. What do you think about older brands reinvigorating themselves? Zurich, 1957, Brad Ulux and Wadge's watch. Is there a market for them? Of course not. They're garbage. Absolute Phoenix garbage. And Sam Davidson, £3. I am loyal to you, AC3. James, what the fuck has happened to this community? Please tell me. William Money, thank you, William, for coming on. James, what the hell has happened? Please tell me. Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just interviewing James. James, what the fuck's going on?
Say hello. Okay, go for it. Go for
hey,
it.
Thank you, William. Yes, appreciate. Oh, nice view. Where the hell is that?
Yeah. Beautiful.
That looks amazing. Where is that, William?
A planet far, far away.
A planet far, far away.
Somebody's got to guess. I just dropped in to say hello, Archie.
Hey, man. Thank you for your support. I really do need it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm out for a walk, so I can't stay on long.
Hey, no, man, that's fine. You got to lose the weight, man. I got that COVID weight. I put that COVID weight on myself, man. You got to do something, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. I love you.
All right, I'll come on another day when I get back.
Okay, man, no worries.
Right,
Joe Kramer, $20. Arch, hope you don't mind me pestering you, but what would you rather have, a Datejust or a Pullman Chiron 56 stainless steel? Good question. If it's a newer Datejust, I'd say Datejust. It'd have to be. I wouldn't want a plastic one, or with a plastic glass one, or a Holes case over polished one. It'd have to be a pretty damn good one. I hope it would be a 41 mil. That's what I hope it would be. What do you reckon, James?
I'll be honest, I don't know what the VC56 SS is.
That's stainless steel. That's just their cheap one. That's the one that they did without the Geneva seal. You see, that's the 56. That's kind of their, how do you put it? They were trying to get that lower niche. They wanted to get that niche. I'll just bring it up on the screen for you to have a look. Let's have a look here. Share the screen. Da-da-da-da. Tell me what you think. So they were very kind of Calatrava-ish in steel. Blue dial, of course. That's all the rage. Next year, it'll be green dials.
Would you not go for a Datejust over this? Of
course I would. As I said, as long as it's a newish date. I don't want an old ratty Datejust.
Yeah.
You know how some of them get really ratty and over-polished, stretched?
Yeah.
If it was a nice Datejust, I'd take a nice Datejust over this any day of the week.
I think a Datejust can be a one and done, whereas this, I don't think it can.
No. James, I want to ask you something. Can I please ask you something?
Yeah, fire away.
What the fuck has happened? Please, I'm going to turn the view here. What the fuck has happened? Pugsley, he made 70,000 Canadian out of me.
Mm-hmm.
He's rude. He's blocked me on WhatsApp. He reckons I spoke, but I'd moved away. He was trolling in my comments, trying to get leads, and I called him out. Bear blocked him. So what did he do? He makes a new name, starts super chatting obnoxious questions, and wonders why we explode. Then he says, "Oh, Archie exploded. I'm the poor man. I've got the victim status. Victim." He's the one who was trolling in the comments, trying to get leads.
There was at one point, though, there was a duplicate account. There has been duplicate accounts for Marco.
No,
I didn't see it.
Definitely was him. This was him because
he
came on. It flared up and he came on. It was him. Okay.
Right. Okay. You and I spoke about this.
And now we've got Team JJ. JJ, JJ's a real prick. Can I just put this on the record? JJ, go fuck yourself. Let me just say this to JJ. He goes, "Oh, Arch, I'm just going to take a break, taking a break." Yeah, but the same day he says to me he's taking a break, he's on bloody Team Marco's streams. "I'm just taking a break, Arch." How fucking dumb do you think I am, you fucking fat New Yorker?
Well, Arch,
he's fucked me dead. Let me be honest with you. He's like Pinocchio. Every time he tells a lie, he gets larger.
We spoke at the beginning of the fallouts.
You can see I'm a bit angry about him rebel streaming against me today, can't you?
I can see, and I get it. But we spoke about this, and I've always been the one wanting to try and keep the gang together. I always wanted to try and keep everyone together because those guys I've watched you for years, and I've been on the streams for less time than obviously months, years. I've never known you be so successful as when you had those guys in the camp.
Yeah, but was it really successful when they were streaming 3 hours before and 3 hours after? And I asked them politely, hey guys, just can we not please do that?
But after you asked them, did they continue?
Yes, they did.
Right.
And I then said, I'm no longer sharing the link. Tim came on my... Let me just tell you this. Tim came on my link, on my show, stayed on for 10 minutes. I said, Tim, I'm not dropping links anymore. He said, oh, I got to go. I'm busy. They just used me, right? It's like the boyfriend's come around. He's fucked this woman a few times. He's come around, tried to put his hand down her top. She said, oh, I'm not in the mood today. He goes, you know what? I got a few things to do at home.
All I saw. Sorry, go ahead.
Yankee Doodle, $2. Arch, capitalism is ruthless. It happens to us all. And Mal Law, £1.80. IWC Chrono, Pilot 41 or JLC Polaris. Shit, they're both pretty soft choices, to be completely frank. I would probably say IWC Chrono. If it was a JLC Polaris Chrono, I would go for that. That is such a beautiful watch. No resale value. Nobody wants the bloody thing unless it's really, really cheap. But it's actually a pretty beautiful watch. Nobody wants it, but let me just warn you on that. Omar, $5. Don't worry, Arch. Jesus was abandoned by his disciples also. Just like him, you will rise from the dead and show them all. JJ, he's not much of a friend. He said, oh, yeah, Arch, just give me a week. I'm getting into my groove. Yeah, okay, gives me that bullshit. Then I see him on other streams. How fucking dumb do you think I am?
I've tried my hardest to keep this from happening, to keep the gang together. Because I know what you're saying. I know Marco made money. And I know Tim was very upfront and said he earned 20,000 US. I get it.
He also said, let's just not downplay that. He said Marco made 50,000 US dollars. Let's just clarify that. Every time we tell this story, we got to tell the amount. 50,000 American dollars. And now he treats me like shit.
But so if Marco made 50,000 US dollars,
yes.
And what I've been trying to say from the word go is that whatever was good for them is good for you. Whatever's good for you is good for them.
Yeah.
Don't forget the guys that are
Don't forget too, with Marco, what was happening is, you know what, I didn't mind them doing well. Let me just clarify this. I was promoting the link. I was encouraging them. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you a couple facts that turned ugly. He came on my stream and he was fucking dead. He just sit there texting. You just see him. Hey, Marco. Oh, yeah. What's the question? He was sucking up to the big donors.
Mm-hmm.
He was dead on my show. Just dead. As soon as he went on his show, it's like a bolt of lightning, full of life. And
He apologized for that, didn't he? He has apologized for that.
Yeah, he's like Tony Blair. More apologies than Tony Blair. I'm sorry, but what the fuck are you going to do about it? Yeah, you're sorry. It's because you've been caught. But what the fuck are you going to do about it? And then what happened is he got one of the big guys, Cars and Chrono, to do a Vacheron reveal on his channel. Didn't bring it on my channel. Didn't say, hey, Arch, this guy here, let's do a Vacheron reveal. No, he did it on his channel. They got greedy. They wanted all the cream for them. They started off, they came here to help Arch. Yeah, it'll be great. We love you, Arch. We don't have channels. It's all good. The only person who told me they wanted to become a YouTuber was Tim Wright. And he actually said he wanted to promote his website, which is for writers. He didn't actually say he wanted to promote his watch talk. He said he wants to promote his website for writing. Let's just clarify that, Showcase. Mm-hmm. But he did say he was looking at doing that. Marco, Tim, they didn't have channels, no monetization, no nothing. They used me and spat me out. Tim came on. I remember I said, Tim, no more links. He's gone over to the girlfriend's house. He got lucky with her last Friday night. He thought he'd give it a squirt again. She sort of said, "Oh, no, don't touch me." He goes, "Oh, look, I got a few things to do at home, like shampoo my hair." Okay? And then, as for Marco, complete stabbed me in the back. No respect to me. See, when he says, "Oh, Arch, I'm here for you," yeah, he wants to get my leads. He wants to get my leads. Here we go, CB. But Arch, you didn't tell me I was your legend. You didn't tell me you were losing sleep thinking about my collection. Because Marco knew how to suck up to these guys. They want constant validation. Do you see that Mr. GMT? The Greek guy.
Mr. Dreams, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, no, he wants constant validation. Yeah, you got great stuff. Yeah, that's a real Kermit. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, you did the right thing. He just needs constant validation, you see?
So, right, you've got one more super chat. Decon,
$5. Nico, you're going to love having Bobby. Enjoy.
So Arch, the way I see it, right, is I'm not going to get dragged into he said this, he said that.
No, you're neutral. You've always said you're Sweden. You're neutral.
Yeah,
you come on the shows.
Yep. So here's what I see. There's a situation. Those guys, whether you like them or not, they are good for business. They bring in the books. I know there's people in the chat that probably will disagree with that, but you must have your accounts. You must have your records. There's a situation exists now. You can do one or two things, or three things. One, you can ignore it. Two, you can react to it, which you are doing, and you're reliving it. And the third is you move forward, and you find a way to move forward. So you either say, right, I'm just going to cut them out, for good, or you're going to reach out to them, try and fix things up, and get the gang back together, get the books back in. They make money, Arch. They make money. You are here. You've always said you are here to make money, and those guys make money.
You know what? Show business is so fucking awful. Can I say that to you?
Well, it's a tough business. You've said it often enough.
Predatory. They are predatory. Ego, fame. You help these guys out. Let's be honest. Before they came on me, if Marco did his own show from scratch, he'd be a nothing. Okay, they got to start. They did well, right? No gratefulness towards me. They hate me. You know what I mean? They're just.
But that got to a point. But there was a point when it turned, because up to a point, I never honestly I speak to these guys and I've never heard them speak bad of you. It's only been recently when it's turned a bit sour. When you had the grievance about them, streaming either side, they were always very respectful to you and they always gave you the credit. Now I haven't seen every stream, and I know you said that there were some streams where they didn't give that. I didn't see those, but
sure, that's okay. You can't watch everything.
The streams I've seen, they were always respectful. And I've tried
Forest
to keep
Man,
the,
£2.
together.
Marco has a Rolodex of Seiko Alpinist owners. Thank you. I got to be totally honest. CB, $10. Archie, you have 3 times more viewers at this moment. So continue the drama for show purpose. But at the end, the numbers should give you comfort. Thank you. CB's a lovely guy. He's always been a good friend of mine. I love him. He's my legend. Don't tell anyone. He's actually my legend, okay? He's got some amazing watches too. But, the watches don't... Hang on, tick. Stud Muffin, $2. Archie is good by himself. He's Archie Luxury. Thank you. Thank you. I am human. You do know this. I am human. Mm-hmm. By the way, did you see that ridiculous thing on the Archie Luxury channel? My God, that guy's bonkers.
Which one
the
was
gay
that?
Priest wearing the pink shirt. Did you see that? Because it's the Anglicans.
I saw that.
That's a dig. Nobody would get that joke. Like, that's the Anglicans allow gay priests and women
I saw it.
I mean, unless you're English, you wouldn't get that joke, that reference,
Yeah.
would you? I'm a Christian soldier. You know, did you like that song? You know, that's very high Church of England sort of song that there. We thought we'd bring that in. And
So where is Plastic? Is Plastic not coming on tonight?
Plastic works. He's got a job. See, JJ blames him for all this shit. You think Plastic's the only one who hates JJ?
Well, we all know that Plastic isn't the sharpest tool in the box, and we know that Plastic... Oh, talk of the devil, he's here.
Tattoo, $2. Playboard, no lie. AC3, make more now without snakes. You know, James, I really like you as a guy. You know, I gotta take no bullshit, okay? All jokes aside, you've always been a really nice, positive guy. I get a lot of inspiration from knowing you. I'm not just I'm not just going to use the legend title with you to blow smoke up your ass, but you know, I got to be on. Oh, Joe Kramer, $50. Archie, please don't take this the wrong way, but I love the Fired crew. They provide us nice knowledge of watches. And break from reality. JJ just sent me a quick text, by the way. Okay, listen to this. Can I read you the text?
Yep. Well.
So I sent JJ a link. So he says, "How about I screen share it? Let's just fuck this. Let's screen share.
No, don't do that. No,
let's screen share. You don't want me to screen share?
No, I think sharing screenshots is uncool. Just give the rundown.
Okay.
Give the gist.
Okay. So I said to him, he says, I said, then I see you. I said, I'm forced to work with that fuckwit Plastic, but because you aren't available, because JJ's saying to me, why do you have Plastic on? Right? I see you on Marco's stream. And this is JJ's reply. I came in and gave you huge rating fighting the bear. I took 5 days off and you called me a cunt, snake, and loser. So I sent him the link, and I said, thanks for the knife in the back. Thank you, JJ. And then he comes back and says, hurts, doesn't it? Welcome to the club.
You see, that exchange, JJ's cool, Arch. He is. You and JJ have fantastic banter. He might be rebel streaming, but, you know, he's doing it. He's proving a point. He's obviously JJ will stand his ground with anybody, and I respect him for that. He will show his face. He will say it to your face. He will. I've got nothing but good things to say about JJ. I really don't. And I think you and him have a great banter. I think you get on fantastic. And JJ is the type of guy who you've had a disagreement. If you go back to JJ and said, look, this is ridiculous, you know, rebel streaming and all this shit. We're dividing the audience. Let's fix this up. JJ is the type of guy who'll just bury it and say, all right, yeah, let's move on. And that's it, done. JJ doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the suit. It's like me. I collected £18 super chats on my stream tonight. I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? JJ's not here for that. But he said it quite well when he said if he sees a $10 bill on the ground, is he just going to step over it? Of course he's not. He's going to pick it up. So you might not need the money, but if it's there, he's going to take it. You need at least JJ back on side, at least. And it's doable.
Yeah.
And you've got Plastic.
I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. I'm shocked.
Plastic,
okay?
But Plastic not helping the situation.
There you go. Watch fan, £1.80. The other channel super chats are going to charity. They're going to charity here. To me, I'm the biggest charity of the lot. And we've got White Trouser Hindu, $8. Marco, Tim, and JJ are rock stars now, cleaning up the super chats, and they have all the YouTube celebrities on. Time to lift your game, big boy. Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. And we've got Tattoo here. Fredo Chicken Man loves little Pugsley. And we've got here White Trouser Hindu, $8. All the stars are on JJ's stream. Get over there, Showcase. You're a legend too. And we got CB.
You've got some vicious punters. There's some vicious.
CB $5. I agree with Showcase.
Let's just let's take personal opinions. Let's take emotion and everything out of the equation.
Yeah.
Do you think in my work I like the people I have to work with? Do you think I like the people who make me money? A lot of the people that make me a lot of the people that make me money I cannot stand. But you know, I've got to work with them.
Yeah.
This is a business.
Yes.
Now, JJ, I think, is 100% a loyal guy, and I think he's a cool guy. I think whatever argument you've had with him can be easily fixed. Marco, I don't know what's going on with Marco, and that's the punters know I've kept it out of it. I don't. Tim, I think Tim would come back. In fact, I know Tim would come back. Tim's been open and upfront from day one. He wants a YouTube profile.
Sure.
He wants to be a YouTuber. He's been open and upfront.
Sure. Paul Silesius, $20. All you need, Archie's Bear and other loyal followers. Greetings. I tell you what I find really hard, James? I didn't realize how much work Bear does for me.
Bear's a cool guy. He's always in the background. He's been away for
a couple of days, and my world is collapsing. I've got to be totally honest with you; it's not working out well. You know,
you tell us what do you? I remember saying this to you in private. You have to decide which. This is your show, and nobody is going to tell you what to do with it. And I know that was a problem early on. That things were starting to get dictated to you, which you didn't like, and I knew that was a problem. Do you want the AC3 channel to be serious watch talk? Do you want it to be drama? Do you want it to be Archie Explodes? Because there was a time when you were going through a period of no swearing, you were cleaning it up, you wanted it quite serious.
Yeah. Well, look, I think realistically, Joe Kramer $5. Joe Kramer $5. I agree with Showcase. If anything, work together for an hour or so and go back separate ways after the cameras are off. I think my problem is I'm an emotional guy. I can't just be so two-faced. I get really shitty when I see the stabbings. And you know what? I got to tell you something. You know, Sovereign and Plastic, they keep sending me screenshots of all the big super chats. You understand how that riles me up or not? You know?
But they know it. They know it does. They know that. And
look, I think that they're not bad people, you know?
I like Sovereign. To be honest with you, I don't actually mind Plastic. I think Plastic's good for a laugh.
Plastic in small doses. He can be a bit over the top.
And I like Sovereign. I think they've both got a good. I think the Aussie humor and the British humor, because the British humor is quite dry. We can be quite sort of like sledgehammer humor, and I think the Aussie humor and the British humor is quite similar in a lot of ways. So I get it, but I think you also have people on this channel who come to this channel who maybe don't get it. And I'm not saying that's Tim, JJ, or Mike. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
there's times. Can I tell you something, James? There's times when I'm thinking about quitting show business.
No, you can't do that. No, you can't. You're the OG. You can't do that.
You know what I was thinking of doing? Can I tell you honestly? No bullshit.
Yeah.
It was just a fantasy. It's just delusional fantasist. Okay. Tattoo $2. JJ. Chicken Bone Man is like Vito Spartavore from The Sopranos.
Now, you see, I would actually respect Plastic 100%. I get his humor.
You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to drive a semi-trailer. I wanted to get my heavy vehicle license.
There's some good money in that over here in the UK. I don't know what it's like over there.
They're not easy to reverse, I believe. To reverse park a semi-trailer isn't the easiest.
Well, no, because you have to turn the opposite way, don't you? Unless you get it on a dolly, and then you have to turn it the same way.
Yeah, that's confusing.
So what we need to do, and I would respect plastic 110% for this. If plastic came on and revealed his face and had a discussion with JJ on camera, I would respect him for that. Much like JJ and Bear had it out, and I know that Bear respects JJ for it. I know that JJ respects Bear for it. They're both men. They can both have a disagreement, and it'd be fine.
What do you think of this whole watch hobby?
How
are you feeling? Let's talk. I want to ask you about that. How are you feeling with these watches?
I think you can overdo it. I think you can do it too much. I think like Rolex, you can be Rolexed out. Every time Rolex release some watches, 3-4 weeks afterwards, there's been YouTube videos done to death, and then you've just you've had enough of them. By the time you've done a few weeks of it, you've had enough.
Bears just sent me a message. He goes, accept reality. It's not JJ that is your problem. It's not Austin Daniels. It's clearly greedy Pugsley. Only way you can defeat Pugsley is by cooperating with Tim.
This is.
I think that might be. I've got Tommy. You know Tommy. He's been helping me out lately. JJ said he's a psychopath, right? He's a stalker, right? But I found him to be pretty damn cool. I think JJ just says that because he doesn't want me to realize that Tommy's a good guy. Super Chat checker, $3. Super Chats are pouring in for Tim, JJ, and Marco.
You see, that is exactly what Sovereign, Plastic, and everyone else is doing to you.
Yeah, you can see. Can you see why
I can see why. I can see why you're at your side of it, because they know what buttons to push.
Yeah.
So I can see it, and what I'm trying to do, and what I've been trying to do all along, is just get it all level. What's good for them is good for you. If they're making 100, you're making 300.
Michael S, $5. Screw the others. I like Solo Arch. AC3 is why I tune in. Let me ask you something. Let's just move away from this for a minute, okay? I'll tell you honestly, I think I might actually. I got to think of some rules for Tim, because he can be a bit poisonous at times.
Tim is exactly what you see on the face of it. Tim, I spent some time with Tim, and Tim is exactly what you see.
Do you like him as a human? Is he a nice guy?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Did you spend time with Pugsley?
No.
Did you meet Pugsley?
No.
You didn't even meet him?
No. So I didn't actually go down to the London Watch Show. Tim came to me. And then so then me, Tim, and the
What's that London Watch Show? How big was it? Was it a big sellout? Was it reasonably successful? Was it small?
Oh, it was from what I saw, it was really good. I think
Did
Paul
they make
Thorpe
money at the end of the day?
I think so.
It would have cost a fortune to put it on where they did.
I think Paul Thorpe and everyone involved did a very good job. I think it was good to see, because there was a lot of the UK YouTubers and the European YouTubers were there. It's a shame that you're locked in Australia, because you should have been there. If you could have got a ticket to London and gone, I think
it's very hard for me to go there, but it's 24-hour, it's a 20-hour flight or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of linguistic type problems. Let me ask you this. Okay, Stud Muffin, $5. Time for another famous email, Arch. Pull it up. I think he sent me an email. What do you think?
Yep, pull it up.
Just out of interest there, just before I do that, Bear just sent me another message. Showcase is clueless. Marco would absolutely love to be on AC3 live stream. How else would channel of less than 2,000 subscribers make over 70,000 Canadian in 6 months? Bringing everyone together results in more money for Pugsley.
Yeah, but right. Look at all these people in the chat. right? All these people commenting and all these keyboard warriors who are coming up with all these suggestions, all this shit. How many of them actually send money? Not many. So if you've got a channel of 2,000 subscribers who all send money, that's better than 60,000 subscribers who donate nothing. So it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So if Marco has if he's got all the big guys, if he's got 1,500 subs or whatever, then they're all the big players.
To the thing, Australia on track to reopen by Christmas at the latest. I got to be totally honest with you. If you believe that, there's no way in the world will open by Christmas.
I thought you were going to be a couple of years.
Yeah.
I thought you were locked. Yeah, I thought
it's going
so.
to be next year. They don't even have the borders open between other states. Okay.
Jesus. But you've not had COVID bad over there, have you? You've not had it bad.
No.
I suppose that's why.
JJ is Vitae, Sparta 4 Senior, and Pugsley is Finn. Just Bear's just asking you a question. He's just getting me on Messenger. Please ask Showcase, where did Pugsley's subscribers and donors come from?
Oh, without a doubt from you. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think they brought people in. I think they did bring other people in. But yeah, I would say probably 90% from AC3.
Malik Diamond, $5. Can we go back in time to everyone versus Timepiece, gentlemen? See, we had a common enemy then, didn't we?
Yeah. And I think what needs to happen now is there needs to be another YouTube drama. There needs to be another TPG. There needs to be another enemy. There needs to be another rodent to attack. And I think if that happens, I think this will blow over.
Okay. Why don't we flip a coin? Should we bring Marco back or do we bring Tim back? What do you think?
That's above my pay grade.
No, it's not. You're a very clever man.
Well, okay.
Patrick Chip, $20. Archibald Chesterfield III will always be the best source for those interested in watchers. Cheers, Arch. Doing my part. Can I tell you something? Let me just tell you this. Let's just take a break from this discussion for a minute. I want to ask you a watch question.
Yes.
Okay. I myself, you know my collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 Pateks, 1 Reverso, 3 Rolex, and a Speedy.
Mm-hmm.
I am petrified of selling any of the Rolex.
Yep.
I'm petrified of selling because if I sell the Rolex, I can't necessarily get it back.
Yep.
I may have to pay. Well, I can always get it back, but you're going to have to pay. Okay?
Yeah.
Same ditto to the Speedmaster. If I sell the Speedy, I got the big box Speedy, I may not be able to get that back. Agreed?
Yeah. Yep.
Then I've got the Reverso. I don't want to sell. I like the Reverso. I've always kept that Reverso. And I've got the 4 Pateks. The Pateks, I'm also fearful as well. They may not be as easy to sell as the Rolex. They may not sell as quickly, but they're hard to restock. I've got 4 box papers. 2 I've actually serviced. If I sell them, how am I going to restock them? So I'm whereas in the past I would easily move in and move out of pieces, I'm very fearful of doing that now because I may not get what I really want back. So I think, oh, stop. This is getting. Do you ever get fearful like that? You think, I don't mind just flipping a few things just to try some new things. I'm fearful that I can't get the stuff back.
I'm fearful of flipping Rolex because the market's so volatile. Because the market is so the problem with Rolex is it can flip on a coin so quickly that take the Air King. Take the Air King, prime example. Anybody want an Air King?
Humble Air King.
Yeah, which people, 2-3 years ago, it was the dog. It was
a dog.
Now, anybody buying an Air King now, in a few months' time, maybe a year's time, it's going to be like the Explorer 39mm. They're going to just go up 3,000-4,000 as soon as they discontinue it.
Loose 2, $5. I like the version of Tim when you berated him about how his channel is now and he knows he has to take it. Boot on the neck, Arch. Boot
I
to
think
the
going
neck,
back.
I think you said.
I think going back to your question that you had before, just on that super chat. If you bring back Marco, you get Marco and JJ. If you bring on Tim, you get just Tim. Because my understanding is, I don't think there's going to be any holding hands between the two sides. So Tim is wanting to do this as a business,
do
and
you
we'll work
understand
with
why I split them? Do you understand why I had to split the team?
I understand the mentality that when you see
Do you
competition
think it
coming,
worked for me?
No.
Oh.
I think what's happened is that you have given birth to 3 watch channels, which is JJ, Marco, and Tim. Off the back of JJ, Marco, and Tim, there has been a countless number of sub channels. Other YouTubers have cropped up based on Marco, JJ, and Tim, which they came from you. So you're actually like a grandfather or a great grandfather, because there is now YouTube channels reporting on what Tim's doing.
Yeah.
And Tim came from you, so you are the grandfather of these channels.
Here we go. CB $10. Archie, I suggest an amnesty among 4 parties. Each do what he wants. 1 hour per day stream max. And if someone wants to jump on the other stream, good. If not, no obligations.
Yeah. You got one from Andrew.
Andrew, £5. Arch, your mistake is taking on all at once. Bring back JJ and Tim, then get rid of Marco. Then they won't be as strong all the way together. Simple, really. The problem is JJ, I've been asking him back on for ages. He never comes back on. He tells me he's not available. I've got a headache tonight. And then I see him streaming on someone else's channel. That's what pissed me off with JJ.
But you have been attacking his friend, which I get. I get. You know, I get it. But you've been attacking his friend, so I get why JJ isn't coming on. I get that. If all hostility is halted, I think it can be fixed. But it's not what the punters want. The punters in the chat want the drama, but the punters in the chat who want the drama are not the one who super chats.
Yeah. Mr. Tudor, to you, $5. Here's an idea. Let's see who jumps on your stream first. I bet it will be Tim. Both of you will take this to another level.
I think Tim is a very good entertainer. I think he's. I think you and Tim work well together.
Bears sent me a message. Showcase, make a call. Stop playing Switzerland. Marco or Tim?
I think you will work better with Tim. I think Tim.
Marcelo, make it be. Have Eric Dale in my office by 7 a.m. Make it be, Marcelo. That's from Margin Call. Remember that thing in Margin Call? You don't remember that movie?
No.
Jeremy Irons.
Before my time, I think.
No, it's a fairly new movie. Margin Call. It's got Paul Brittany in it. Kevin Spacey.
No, I've never seen
Demi Moore.
Well, I like Demi Moore.
Yeah, she was pretty crap in it, but I'll be honest with you.
I did in the 90s anyway. I don't know what she's like now.
I got to tell you, make it so. I think I got to be honest with you. Okay, I'm asking you honestly. Here we go. Itchy Balls, Chester Fletch, and Turd, $3. Great to see the All-Stars on LWS. Rockstars. Thank you. Thank you.
You see, this is how it starts, because I can see in the chat someone saying, "Oh, Snake Case Watches had Pugsley on his stream." What these people don't realize is that
you
Arch
contacted me and told me.
I contacted Arch. Arch knew this already.
Here we go. Malik Diamond, $5. Watch Talk is drama versus drama. Watch Talk versus drama. Let me say this to you. I'm actually pretty scared in the community to sell any watches off for fear I can't get them back again at a reasonable price. The whole market seems to be, there's not a lot of stock out there.
But I think what you've always done, rightly so, is you've always given people rules. Come up with your own
Yes.
rules. Sit down and work your
Yes.
rules out, and then build your collection around your rules. So do
Yes.
you currently have rules? And if so, does your collection follow those rules?
Oh, I do have rules. I have rules. Let me tell you the rules. Patrick Chip, $10. Not thrilled that you burned through my $20 super chat on such a weak super chat night, Arch. Taking advice purely from
Boring showcase is a mistake.
is a big mistake. I couldn't even read it. It was just so devastating. Let's get that one up there. Archibald, listen to this. Archibald, the $20 super chat. Archibald will always be the best source for those interested in watches. Cheers. Doing my part. What else did he send? I'm just trying to find his super chat. What else did he say? Could you please tell me that? Was there
well, that was the only one I could see.
Okay. This is Joe. Patrick. Okay, just send $1 super chat and I'll give you more time, okay? Patrick, sorry about that. I just been a bit down. Last week I had dreams of driving a lorry. You know what I was thinking of doing? Can I tell you this? This is fucking crazy because you're a car man. Let me just tell you what's happening. I'm depressed with cars, okay? So I'm coming up to middle age. I really wanted to I like BMWs. I'm looking at a 5-year-old BMW, right? I did some research on basically, for me, I like the 3 Series. 3 or 4 Series and the Z. The Zs are too expensive, okay? That's the convertible roads, too expensive. I then had a look at, just very quickly, Andrew, £5. Showcase is just giving you his own opinion. No problems there. Speak to JJ properly and sort it out. JJ's a decent guy. You've just aggravated each other.
I think that's very true.
That could be a good point. Let me say this, JJ. Sorry, let me say this, James. So I looked at BMW. I started saying, okay, what would I really want? Okay, I'd really want a 3 Series or a 4 Series. Then I said, what sort of engine do I want? They got the turbo 6-cylinder. That's the 3.5, like a 335i or a 340i. Those are a turbo 6. They're astronomically expensive because they're just fucked, okay? The turbo, it's just a disaster. So then I said, okay, let's get a 4-cylinder. I don't mind a 4-pot banger. That's Pommy talk for 4-cylinder car.
Yeah.
So I looked at the engine. What sort of engine do they have? They have the N52 engine. Guess what? The N52 engine is catastrophic timing chain collapse at 80,000 to 110,000 kilometers. 60,000 miles, Showcase.
Yeah.
Okay, disaster. So guess what? Beamer, they're all garbage. 5-year-old Beamers, they're affordable, but for good reason. CB, here we go. CB, $10. Archie,
you've missed one. You've got Omar.
Omar,
$5.
okay, here we go. Oh, thank you. Omar, $5. I love Showcase. James is the man. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar.
CB, Archie, you are past the point of having one or other in your channel. They smelled freedom and there is no way back. Every war must end, and when it ends, there is an amnesty with agreements.
That's true.
Super chat checker, $3. You didn't read out Itchy Ball's super chat. Go back.
Itchy balls.
Itchy Balls. I can't. Oh, Itchy Balls, $3. Here we go. Glad to see the All-Stars at the LWS. Rockstar. I did read that one.
Yeah,
$3. Great to see the All-Stars at the LWS. Rockstars. That's JJ's stream. That's what he's saying. Okay. That's why I flicked through it quickly, Itchy Balls. Okay. That's why I've quick fluid. I love Showcase. James is the man. I love James. He's fucking. I love him. Okay. CB, there's the amnesties. Yep, good advice. Super chat checker $3. I did. I've just done that now. And timepiece fund $2. Truth be told, 12 years given. AC3 is the only charity. Thank you.
You know the problem. You know the problem with what you've got now, though, Arch. With the situation as it is, if you don't fix this up, which like I said to you, it's your show. You do exactly what you want.
I understand. I take your counsel very seriously.
But the problem is now is that there's all these YouTube channels that's come from what you've done, right? You've then got all your guests going on these different channels. So are you then gonna have a beef with everyone that goes on another channel? Because before you know it, you're gonna have absolutely zero guests. So like Jamie Opulence, who I like Jamie. I think he brings some stuff to the table. I think he's got a beautiful collection. He's a nice guy. But then he's been on other channels. He was in the chat on my channel. I've seen him on other channels with other people.
Who are you talking about?
Jamie Opulence.
Oh yeah.
So now Jamie's a lovely guy, and I think he's great for your channel.
Nice
I think
he's a nice guy.
So then, do you fall out with him because he's appeared on a channel with somebody else?
He came on. We're okay. We're all square.
Yeah.
David N $2. Bring back panty sniffing episodes. Let me just say this to you, James. So Beamer's fucked for me. Okay, they're unreliable. Then you look at Mercedes-Benz. Okay, Mercedes-Benz. You look at like my dad's got a C200, or you look at one of those Mercedes-Benzes. The 6-cylinder V6 Mercedes are all trouble. Stay away from the 6-cylinder Mercedes because I want to buy 3 to 6 year old. Okay, that's what I want. I can't afford a new one. I want to buy a used one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you know what? They're all ridiculous. My dad's car, we got it. I haggled like a bitch. Got it for $58,000, brand new C200. That car now is selling secondhand in the dealer's yard for $58,000. 3-year-old one is. So you look at Mercedes, and Mercedes is all plastic. They're not really quality. Okay. So then I thought, you know what? You want to be sensible? Let's go to Lexus. Lexus is reliable. Best of both worlds. It's upmarket, but it's got Japanese core reliability. Yes?
Yep.
So what model do I like? I love the IS. Guess what? They stopped bringing in the IS because it didn't meet the ANCAP safety records.
Right.
Okay, thank you. So that's the only one. So then you say, okay, maybe I could get a secondhand GS. That's the mid-sized one. Guess what? They're no longer doing the GS. Okay, so you know what I decided to do? Let me tell you this. Mr. Zuso, $5. Rules, Arch, keep friends close and enemies closer. You are a fool to let the new cruel stream without you. Quit this I love you crap and make your money. What's he saying there? Have an alliance.
It doesn't really make rules. Actually, keep friends close and enemies closer. You're a fool to let the crew stream without you. Quit this I love you crap and make your money. I don't really know because how it goes against himself and what he's saying. I agree with him. So rules that keep your enemies closer, right? Fair enough. You're a fool to let the crew stream without you. That's true. If you were singing Kumbaya with these people, they wouldn't be streaming now. Yeah. Quit this I love you crap and make money. So is he saying quit this I love you crap as in don't befriend these people?
Let me just tell you my car fantasy. So Lexus they got boring lineup. I don't like SUVs. Can I say this to you? I don't really like SUVs. Okay, look, let me tell you this, okay? Don't tell anyone this. No one's watching my stuff anyhow. I'll tell you this now. I want a statement car. I'm coming up to middle age. I want a car that says, wow, you've done well. I want to buy a 4 to 6 year old one. You know what I'm saying? Like a little compact executive car, like a C-Class, maybe E-Class is too big. C-Class, a 3 Series, or an IS Lexus. Okay?
Yep.
So you know what I decided? Let's just do a complete 180. You know what else I could do?
What's that?
how about I buy a second-hand Kenworth truck? Like BJ and the Bear. Not only do you have a really cool rig, but you've got a sleeper cabin. You can holiday camp in it. It's like a camper.
You could play Convoy on the
And
sound system.
not only Uber's getting difficult. Uber's getting difficult. The problem with Uber is you've got customers, right? I could always do a bit of freight hauling, couldn't I?
Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm thinking about buying a Kenworth K100.
A K
100. That's what it's called. It's a Kenworth K100. I'll bring it up for you. Okay?
You got a few super chats piling up.
Oh, sorry. I'll bring it up in a minute. Let's just...
So you got Yankee Doodle first.
Okay, Yankee Doodle, thank you so much there. Mr. Zomo, we did that one there. Yankee Doodle, $2. I'd rather drive a Honda than a C-Class. I tell you what, the Honda would be a hell of a lot more reliable than the C-Class. They're not really good. And you know my dad's, I was going to buy it off him. Guess what he's fucking done? Do you mind tell you this?
What's that?
Curb rash on the wheels.
Oof.
Check. He's dinged the back. Okay, he got that fixed by a, very fast person who does it. Comes to you, not quite perfect.
Yeah.
Interior, he's fucking, it's got a leather-coated steering wheel. The only thing that's real leather is the steering wheel.
Yeah.
When he gets in the car, he's got his keys, and right across the top of the steering wheel, he's cut it with the keys. I said, Dad, what the fuck did you do here? Oh, I got to use it. I said, but you don't have to fucking vandalize it. Because he's getting in with his keys. He's lifting up and he's putting his hand there. He's cut the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, Dad. Do I want to buy it off him? Not really. And he doesn't warm it up enough. He just jumps in and drives. You got to warm it up for a couple minutes,
Yeah. I always thought you'd go for an SLK. I honestly thought you'd end up in an SLK.
They're expensive. And it's actually, they call it an SLC in my country. They renamed them.
Yeah, they changed them, yeah.
Apprentice 500, £5. How about a few streams per week? Just you and one invited guest max, as well as your paid reviews. Lord Charfield, £1.80. You're right. My BMW timing chain snapped.
Ooh.
And you know what? Then you look at a 2-liter diesel. I thought, you know what? Let's go diesel. There's a BMW engine called the... What's the BMW engine? The diesel. The 2-liter BMW. It's the N50 motor. I think it's the N50. No, it was the N20. N20? Was it the N20? No, the N20. What's the diesel? BMW 2-liter diesel engine. Let me I'll just find it for you. I'll tell you the reference because it's anyhow, that's fucked as well, okay? That's one of the worst engines they ever made, okay? And guess where the timing chain is? Right at the back of the engine. You got to pull the engine out to change the timing chain.
To fix it.
Fuck me, Dad. You know the only thing more evil than a BMW?
What's that?
A BMW Mini.
Yeah, they don't have a great reputation over here either.
They're not. They look beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They look beautiful. They're actually quite powerful. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Whilst they're under warranty. Plastic water pump. Plastic radiator. Fuck me, Dad. Plastic isn't the greatest shit to make.
You know what they say? Anything with plastic should be kept away from.
Look at Plastic himself. He's toxic. Rio and Paris, $3. New Fight Back crew. Theo and Harris. TGV, Fed, TPG, Showcase. Look, I got to be honest with you. Here, Rolex. I thought you were buying an IS 250. Well, they haven't been made for so long. They've gone up in price. They're secondhand. They're crazy prices, and they're an old car.
Can we get Rolex on the stream?
Yeah, I'd love to have Rolex on, man. Tim used him, just between you and me. I think Tim really used him. He threw him under the bus, you know? D. Gillings, $2. Hi, Arch and James. Thoughts on the Rolex Yachtmaster Radiomir 40? I prefer the blue dial. I don't even like the Radiomir. Do you?
I prefer the blue dial because the blue's got that little bit of red in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice blue as well.
That nice little pop of red. Do you think the Yachtmaster is going to be one of those watches that's going to hype in maybe 5-10 years? Do you think it's going to be one of those watches just going to explode? Because they've not exploded so far.
Look, any Rolex Steel Sports is valuable, you know?
Mm.
They're very, very cool. I think realistically, any of those watches is valuable.
I just noticed a good comment from Bear in the chat.
Yeah.
He just put AC3 is so wrong about Tim. I tend to agree with Bear on that, you know.
Okay.
I the more I think about it, the more it makes sense to get Tim back on the stream.
Yeah.
And he'd come back as well.
Yeah.
He'd come back because at the end of the day, he wants to be a YouTube celebrity, and he knows that this is the platform to do it from.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you bounce well off each other.
And he can see how well Pugsley's done. He can see how much money Pugsley's done. I want to get Tim to dish the dirt on the old crew, but is that wrong of me to do that?
Well, it's like I said before, it depends what avenue you're wanting to go down with the channel. Do you want it to
I just
be...
wanted him to bring out all the dirt so that they can never go back. You understand?
So that wedge is
They all got
securely
huge
in place.
egos. These Americans have got massive egos.
Oh, I mean, listen, I went out with Tim. We went out 7 p.m. for a curry, and we didn't get back to the hotel until about 20 to 4 in the morning.
Shit.
Yeah, so we had a full night of it. We had a full night, and we ended up in a club, and it was just it was a messy night.
What did your wife say?
I was staying in a hotel, so it didn't matter. But for half the night, Tim had his camera out, and he was live streaming for half the night. Tim is in this for the long haul. Tim's in there. Honestly, Tim is in this for the long haul, and I think you and Tim would work very well together. I really do. Me and Bear agree on this.
Okay.
Get Tim back, and hopefully, you know, if Tim patches it up with JJ,
you can't get JJ back. JJ is Team Marco. Okay, you know who told me that?
No.
Plastic.
I wouldn't pay too much attention to Plastic.
Plastic's been pretty right in a lot of shit he says. Rolex! Rolex!
What's up?
Hey, Rolex.
Hey,
How you
man.
Doing? What is going on, guys?
What's happening, guy? Tell me this. What do you think's happening in this YouTube world? I'm desperate.
I don't know, man. You got a lot of drama going on, Archie.
What's going on? Why are they so
you,
angry?
What do you think, Lolex? Is it time to just bury the hatchet and sing Kumbaya?
I was trying to get Tim to come back on, and then you guys got in a fight, Archie. What happened?
Birminghard is here. Birminghard, I love you. Team Archie. He's on Team Archie.
How's my sound? Is it still echoing?
No, it's good. Well, were you on a previous stream where it was echoing?
Yeah. I just had to change my my headphones. No, I'm Team Switzerland. I'm like Showcase. I'm just
the best place to be. Best place to be.
I'm like.
So what's going on in the community? Tell me this. What's going on?
Archie, I'm
do
going to jump
you
off.
see why I'm aggrieved?
I'm going to get to bed, guys. So I'll catch you later.
James, I want to thank you for coming on. I was sinking. I don't
think I did you. I don't think I did you any favors, judging from the chat. But yeah, it's been.
James, it was a pleasure to have you on. You know what I felt like when you came on there? It's like I just bought a brand new 5-year-old BMW Mini with the 3-cylinder turbo engine.
Oh, so not a brand
And
new
now-
one then, just a 5-year-old one.
Yeah, 5-year-old one. Why are they so bad? Can I ask you that? Why are they so bad?
Because they want them to go wrong, so you go in and buy another one.
Just out of interest, there's an interesting video on YouTube. I shared it in our group. I don't know if you saw it, where BMW has this recycling center, and they had minis there that looked fucking brand new. They were destroying. Did you see that video?
It's one of the most fixed cars in the UK. The AA and RAC here in the UK, who they're the guys that get called out for this, for breakdowns. That's the cars they go out to the most, is BMW Minis.
As a Mini lover, would you ever buy one?
I've owned a few. Yeah, I've owned a
BMW
few.
ones.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Kramer,
yeah.
$20. Cheers, burbs.
Hey, cheers, Joe.
Listen, guys,
Tell me-
I'm going to jump off. I will catch you guys
Okay,
later.
James, I love you.
There, James.
Thank you for your advice.
No problem.
You've lifted my spirits. I came in here. I was going to buy a K100. Okay.
No. Get Tim back on the stream and make peace with JJ and Marco. Life's too short. Right, I'll catch you later, guys.
Okay.
Later.
I nearly had it when he said make peace with Tim, but then he said and JJ and Marco. Then it just all evaporated. What do you guys think I should do?
Burb, you gonna jump in on this?
I don't know. I think Showcase raised some good points. I like the guys. I don't have a problem with them. I understand why why you feel slighted by them.
Yeah. I got to tell you, it's. I was saying to James there before that I really feel scared to sell any of my watches to try anything else. Like in the past, I would sell a watch and buy something else, but now I'm so fearful of not being able to get that piece back. I'm out. I just be careful. I would never sell any. Sorry.
It seems like as soon as you sell them, then they end up shooting up in price. Like you're.
Well, it's just the
doesn't
whole
that always
market.
happen?
Look, the market is
For
like
Archie.
that. You know what I mean? I mean, look. Admittedly, the 3 Rolex I've got now, I'm scared if I sold those, I may not be able to get back in.
Yeah.
What would
That's
you
what's
sell them
scared.
for?
No, but I mean, like, say I said, I'll sell the Milgauss, then I may not be able to get a blue Milgauss again.
Yeah, but you got to upgrade. Like if you sold it, what would you buy?
Well, that's the thing. I'm so fearful. I'm not even looking because I'm thinking, hey, I don't want to get rid of that. You know how hard it was? Like, I had to have a desperate plea on my show to get the subby. To get my subby, I had to have MJT came to. There wasn't many other people who came to the rescue. It was MJT solely.
Well, you were one of like the first YouTubers that got one though.
I don't know if have many got one?
No, I'm saying you were
Now
super early to.
Who's got one now?
get
Who's
that.
got one now?
Who's that Indian guy that does tech reviews as well? ENW something.
Never heard of him.
Oh, he does like watch and tech reviews. He has like a green sub that he got brand new.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm fearful. If I sell things, I'm scared that like Lolex, look at you. You've got 2 dream pieces, man.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
love that.
thank you for coming on the show, man. I'm sinking badly. I'm the
No
underdog here.
You're
No
doing
problem.
fine. You're doing fine, Arch.
You've had some great streams within the past like week or so. You had some pretty entertaining stuff.
Andrew, 2 pounds. Do Paddock do custom dial like Rolex coat of arms? They used to. If you spend enough, they'll do anything for you. Like they had those, Saddam Hussein had his crest on it. They used to do those dials. Do they still do it? Look, a lot of this stuff isn't officially told. Like we're doing this. They nothing would surprise me. There's probably going to be special ones for Chinese people as well that come out where we don't hear about this until much, much later than when it happens. Stephen Monash, $5. Which world time would you recommend for everyday poor people, Archie? Who cannot afford paddock? Look, I got to tell you,
The Omega?
I don't mind the Breitling. You know, the Breitling world time. You know the Breitling?
Yeah.
You know, it's got that map on it.
I like that
Kinda-
Aquaterra.
Yeah, I think the Omega one is
The
nice.
Aquaterra is nice as well. That's a very nice thing there. Can I just show you something? I was saying, yes, thank you, Bear. I'm keeping an eye on the super chats. Mr. Zuzos, $2. Ignore my last super chat. Cheers, Arch. Where did I ignore it? Where is this thing? Where?
Timepiece run at 4:46, I think. Oh, I think you might have missed a few. I don't know. I jumped in.
Gotcha. See, this is how this thing works here. Okay, let's have a look here. Here we go.
24 FPS.
Okay, I've got Joe Kramer, $20. Cheers, Birmingham. Remember that one came on? We got Real Dark. Hello, Dark.
How's it going?
We got 24 FPS, $5. For someone making about $170,000 a year, how much would you recommend to spend on an engagement ring? Let me tell you this. If you're making $170,000 a year, look, I would say to you, you got to be a bit careful with these engagement rings. There's a couple of ways you could go. If you're making that sort of money, one big way is you go Tiffany or Cartier. Fucking expensive, full retail. The other option is, as a price guide, I reckon for engagement rings, start looking at Blue Nile. Blue Nile gives you that's probably the largest reseller, largest dealer in diamonds in the world, I believe. I would say myself, as little as you can get away with. I would say on 170, you probably want to give a 1 carat. I reckon 1 carat, slightly above a carat, would be absolutely amazing. If she doesn't like it, you know, I would say this. Let me say this to you. I reckon for 170,000, I would be going 1.25 carat, around that size. I would go VS2, and I would go H color. Round, brilliant, VS2, H color.
I was going to
You
recommend
missed super
slightly
chats.
different.
Here we go. Sorry? You're going to
I was gonna-
recommend what?
Slightly different in that 1 carat tends to be the break point.
Yeah.
So I was going to recommend going right up to a carat, not quite over.
0.9.
And,
The timepiece fund, $2. Your fear is crippling you. Get your mojo and talk. Watches. Timepiece fund. Thank you so much. Andrew, £2. Do paddock. We did that one
we did
there.
that one. I think we're
And
caught
we
up.
did Stephen Monash, $5. We did that one as well. We're going good. Mr.
You know what else I
Zoe-
like about the Breitling World Time is it's actually very readable compared to some of the
Yes.
others.
Andrew, £10. I would like a paddock with a coat of arms on it. Piece unique. I'm currently speaking with the Lord Lion about leading my clan in Scotland and feel it would suit. A long story for a slow show one day. Look, there's 2 ways you could do it. Well, I suppose, look, you could put any coat. You don't want to. You got to be careful how you do it, but you want it done really, really well, because if you butcher it, what are you going to do?
I hear a squale is really easy to get your coat of arms put on a squale.
Mhm.
Exactly. Sam Davidson, £5. Can you recommend a traditional pilot watch with moon fees? See, that's a contradiction in terms. That's
why
a
would a pilot-
contradiction.
Yeah.
Why would a pilot need a moon?
I've never seen such a thing.
Is there an
Yeah.
IWC that has that? 'Cause it sounds like an IWC watch.
I just want to show you something quickly, guys. So I was just saying, Doc, I don't know if you heard my car talk. BMW, second-hand BMWs, like
Yeah,
I
I
want,
heard you
4,
ranting.
6 years old, they're all garbage. Mercedes-Benz,
heard you
expensive
ranting.
garbage. Lexus, all the cool models they're dropping. Porsche, ridiculous. Porsche.
Let me tell you something about
ballistic.
BMW. Let me tell you something about BMW. If you get a BMW M Series, that's a heavier duty BMW. It's meant for racing. So you're going to actually have less problems from it.
You missed Mr. Zoe's super chat. Okay, I'm trying to find this super chat, okay? I was just going to show you some other alternatives to a BMW. It's got a lot more horsepower. May
Might
not
be
have a
more
0
boring.
to 100. May not have a good 0 to 100 speed, but I tell you what, you got more grunt.
Oh, like a Hummer or something?
Have a look on the screen, Doc.
Let's talk about driving a semi.
Here we go. Mr. Zoso, $2. Ignore my last super chat. Ignored my last super chat.
Type
Send
it
to
out
me
again,
again,
Mr.
Mr.
Zozo.
Zomo.
Just type it out.
What do you think of these? It's a K100, BJ and the Bear style, okay? That's what I want. BJ and the Bear.
You know, a few
Pete,
years ago,
do you
people used
think?
to hot rod their Peterbilts. You
Peterbilts
got to be
are
a certain kind
actually-
of person.
I want a cab, but look at that. Couldn't I go around camping in that? You got a sleeper cab, and guess what? If I'm running short of money, I could do a bit of hauling.
You could get it rocking, but it's not exactly camping.
Do you think it's beautiful? Look at K100, Kenworth K100. What do you think? Is that a
You'll fit in at all the rest stops.
Yeah.
look? What do you reckon? Or it could have a little tipper K100. Look at that. How's that?
When did you have this transient ischemic attack? I just want to know.
So when did I have what?
A stroke. When did you have this stroke?
Okay. Timepiece fund. 2 months salary on a ring and make sure she allows you a Rolex. Timepiece fund, you are 100% right. 2 months salary. Is that post? Is that pre-tax or I'd say it'd be after tax? After
No,
See, I'm
but if you're
I'm
if
jaded.
he's,
I'm jaded.
if he's making 170 a year, I mean, a month's salary would be
Yeah, what is that?
just under 15 grand. Like, do you really need to spend more than 15 grand on an engagement ring? What if she even calls it off? Like,
Yeah.
my wife got like a hand-me-down ring after we've been married for a while. It's like, okay, it's gonna work out. All right, now we upgraded to like a nicer ring.
I was going to say, you shouldn't spend more than you're willing to throw in the toilet.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't even know what prices are on rings. Like, how much does a carat go for on a
It
ring?
depends on the
Probably
quality.
10 grand.
Well,
10
grand for a carat?
It can go higher depending on the quality, but roughly that.
Huh.
My in America, we like Costco has a pretty good deal on like diamond rings,
Okay.
a carat with some like other diamonds around like a setting.
Oh,
I don't even know. I don't even know the quality, but from Costco, it's like 6 or 7 grand.
Yeah.
I think what you're supposed to do is you get a good carat for a ring, and then you're supposed to do a halo around it, right? Of like diamonds that aren't great quality, and that's how you like beef it up.
Yeah,
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what my wife has. So it's like a bunch of small diamonds. Like,
No, but people
it makes
like
it
that.
look-
That's nothing wrong with that. That's quite
There's nothing wrong with
okay.
that, but yeah.
But
a
it's
good
very
look.
Smaller
obvious
diamonds
what's
are cheap.
happening. Small diamonds are cheap, so when you see a whole bunch of small diamonds around it, you know what's going on.
Unless
not-
they're Cartier diamonds when everything is full, super retail. Or Tiffany, super retail. Ooh,
Aren't you
they
supposed to go to a
just-
jeweler when you do that though? Like if you go to get an engagement ring, don't you go to a private
what?
jeweler to get
Check
it
out
done?
wanna-
Blue Nile.
if you want to get
Check out
ripped off,
Blue
If you wanna get
Nile,
ripped
Blue
off.
Nile. It's expensive. These are expensive things. And guess what? When you get divorced, you find out what the resale value on these things is. Because it ain't fucking good.
There you
Really?
go. It's about
I thought diamonds were-
half. It's about half.
Really?
It's about half.
It can be less than
about
half.
half.
It can be like a third or
Well,
a quarter. I used
I
to
was
buy
trying
this
to be
shit.
nice to
I used
these
to buy
guys.
this shit, Doc.
They're so wide-eyed, bushy-tailed. I thought saying half would not destroy their spirits, but okay. You might get a
Yankee
half.
Dude-
You might get a quarter.
Well, speaking of engagement rings, let me ask you guys something. If the equivalent of proposing to a girl, you get her an engagement ring, but she got you a watch, would you guys like that?
she's
Of
not going
course
to get
we
you a
would.
watch.
You're in a
but-
She's
fantasy
not gonna
world,
get
though,
you a
dude.
watch.
I know it's not a fantasy.
Fantasy.
Let's live in this fantasy for a
Well,
second.
wait a minute. She might get you a Seiko.
Exactly.
So there you go.
So true story. When we upgraded my wife's ring, I got a Rolex. The amount of money that I spent on the Rolex is what we spent on her ring.
How much was the ring?
About the cost of a No Date Submariner a few
Did
years
you
ago.
buy it from Costco?
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is with Costco is they actually have some reasonable. They have some lower shit too, but they
They're-
do have some pretty good stuff
So-
at times.
Well,
It's all
they're
sporadic, of course.
but they're such a major retailer, and so when we take it like to our local jeweler to get it cleaned and stuff, like he's super impressed. He's like, oh, this is a Costco ring. He's like, yeah, he's like, no one can
How did
touch
he
him
know
on
it's a
price in the
Costco?
U.S.
No one can touch him on price.
On pricing
Right.
because they're such a major retailer. So it's like if you're buying in bulk, right, then
Right. And then
They're
that's
able to-
part of
they're
How
the
able
does
to
he
beat
know
up
it's
the
a
wholesale.
Costco ring? How did he
Well,
know it's a?
oh, because he asked, it's like, oh, this is a really nice ring, really good quality. Where'd you get it from? And it's like, oh, we got it from Costco. He's like, man, like he's just really impressed with with their quality for the price.
Lexus Ls 500 or E-Class, not talking reliability. Yankee Doodle.
Come on, let's be
man.
honest here, Arch. You know what you're choosing.
I
Come
go for
on.
the Lexus. I
No,
go for the
okay, he
Lexus.
said no
He
reliability.
said not
You're
talking
gonna do it.
reliability.
Come
You're not
on.
worried
Lexus,
about-
that is actually a great engine, the V8. That's a bloody nice engine. It's not a bloody turbo. What you going to get a hairdryer Mercedes? Their V6 is not so great.
Although the LS 500 isn't that rather sporty?
It's beautiful.
I don't know.
car.
Yeah, I don't know prices in Australia, but I here in the U.S. I do think a C-Class is a great bargain. You can get a 2-year-old one for under 30 grand, maybe.
See, the problem is you got a different currency to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So when we're talking US dollars, when I say a price, you think, that sounds ridiculous. You go, man, you guys are crazy, right? But if you convert the price into Aussie dollars, right? It actually, if you convert it into US dollars, you think, I'll tell you. So a C200, I'll tell you what we pay. So it's 76,000 retail, 55 Aussie, 55 US. 50 is that expensive? C class.
Yeah,
How much do you pay for a C200?
30 grand or 35 if you get full options and
This
everything.
is brand new.
Brand new. Yeah.
35. Okay, there you go. It is a lot cheaper, see? And you can buy second-hand Kenworth's trucks even cheaper too, I think, can't you?
Yeah. For when you want to, what was it? BJ and the Bear or something like that?
Pick up the
They're
lot
not very
lizards.
sporty, are they? They're not very sporty, are they?
He prefers to think of himself as a cannonball run kind of guy.
Ugh.
Van Lux. Here we go. Van Lux. Van Lux. Van Lux. Van Lux. Back in 2015, I got a used classic Tiffany setting, 0.99 carat VVS2F with box, bag, and ribbon with papers 6,000 Canadian, appraised for insurance 26. That sounds like a really good deal. I got a used classic Tiffany. Okay, so that's with box, bag, and so was that a Tiffany? No, I don't think that was a Tiffany and Co. setting. He said just looked like a classic. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad actually. That's not bad. The truth. Let me just say this to you. Van Lux. That's Van Lux. Cheese 56218 $5. Breitling Premiere or Omega Speedmaster.
Ooh, both of those. Golly gee.
Is that the 3861? That reference number? Or is that the
No.
1861?
That's what I'm
No,
looking
that's,
at. Look at those reference numbers for both of those watches. It's like, my
I know.
God.
Yeah, they're ridiculous, aren't they? What are you going to do with that?
Cut and paste.
Cut and paste. Cut and paste. See, I can't cut and paste with this stupid thing. You understand that? Because I'm using StreamYard, it doesn't let me cut and paste the
Yeah,
comments.
the old one before StreamYard was much better.
Yeah. StreamYard doesn't allow me to do
StreamYard
that. You can share
sucks.
the screen if you like their Burping Hard.
It's taking me a minute because these are painful.
I know. The AB, that means it's an in-house one. AB, if it's just an A, that means it uses a generic movement. AB means manufacturer movement. Let's see if we can get this up.
I'm kind of
here.
liking the Ed White reissue idea, except for I've never seen one in person. I was hoping to get on just before Showcase left to ask him about it. And the Breitling, what is that?
It's the N47 motor. Sorry, that was the BMW 2-liter diesel, which is absolute piece of shit. It was an
Well, see,
N47.
I'm lucky because I have the last of the straight 6, and it's just like it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
I see.
I mean, you know.
What did you think of the V10 they went to?
Well, my guess would be, and I haven't researched it, but my guess would be they'd have issues with reliability because it was a brand new engine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a disaster. Here we go. Birminghard's pulled it up. Thank you, Birminghard. So
It's
what is
just like
that?
it's just the new.
Oh,
It
it's
looks
a
like it's like
coaxial. It's
The
a
new
coaxial.
386 Yeah.
That's just the new. Okay, gotcha. I love that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful watch. That's the.
Price though, I can't do 6,300 for a Speedy.
Well, that's what it's going
I
to
know.
cost. I'm afraid.
That's the cost.
You know, take it or
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the price that I got my 861 that got stolen. I mean, it's pretty incredible that the prices have gone up like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Burb, you've handled the new Speedmaster, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the quality of it compared to the 1861?
Well, I ended up going for the old one, the older version at a discount. If that
Yeah, there
makes
you go.
I've actually handled it. I've handled it as well, Birminghard, Lolex. And you know what? I actually like the new bracelet. It
You do?
tapers down
Yeah.
thinner. I hated it to start with. Then I thought about it and thought, you know what? This is actually perfect. But beggars can't be choosers. What's that?
See, I never understood
Breitling
all
like?
that, you know.
What's the Breitling like there, Burb?
I'm still trying to pull that one up.
I'll read it
I
for you. AB0930
okay.
D31LP1.
Only thing is, that serial number is a little short. I think they should lengthen it a little bit.
Yeah.
A few digits.
I don't know if that's their new. No, never mind.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
That's okay.
Just
don't
like a
worry.
heavy metal
Yeah.
band.
I
with
don't
this-
think we would never recommend the Breitling over a Speedy anyhow. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm wondering if it's one of their newer ones that are. No, I didn't, because they have some that are like vehicle inspired ones, I guess, like the Shelby Cobra.
Hey, here
version.
you go. CB, $5. You can get great deals at Costco with diamonds, and if marriage doesn't work, you can return it.
You
Hey,
can
do you
return
wanna
the
hear
wife?
The ring.
Oh,
How long does Costco let you return stuff for?
years.
Yeah, they have a pretty good return policy, but I'm not sure about as
I
far as
don't know about the
jewelry.
diamonds.
Hey,
I don't
do
know.
you wanna
I don't know
hear
if
a
anybody
story?
ever trying that one.
Do you want to hear a story?
Of course.
This is a sneaky story. Here you go. So a guy bought a ring, a very expensive ring, like I think $30,000 ring from Costco.
Ooh.
And what he did was he left Australia. He claimed the tax back because he flew out. You know, my country, if you leave the country with the goods, you can claim the tax. Okay. And then what he did was he claimed the tax. And then he returned back to Australia, snuck the ring in. Because when you re-enter, you're supposed to pay the tax. So you could technically claim the tax if you are not bringing it back. Oh, that's the green pistachio.
Pistachio.
I'd go
No
Amiga.
thanks. Yeah.
Go the Amiga. Go
8,400 too. Wow.
Jesus. Yeah,
But
they're expensive.
I don't think they're
Uh-huh.
getting that on the. I think you can get it cheaper than
For
that.
sure.
But anyhow, he claimed the tax. Guess what happened then? He came back to Australia, returned the ring, got his money back, and kept the tax. Do you understand?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
the tax department came along and screwed him badly because they had proof of him returning it and claiming the tax. How's that for a sneaky story?
Wait, the tax department came along because of like divorce proceedings?
No, he
And everything getting checked
he
out? Oh.
basically he bought a watch for he bought a diamond for $30,000. Diamond ring $30,000.
Yeah.
He claimed the tax because he went on a holiday. Got $3,000 refund from the government. Then he came back to Australia and returned the ring. Got his $30,000 back. So he actually got 33 in total. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then they game, set, and match. He didn't think they would link it together, but they did. And presto, he was
Ruthless.
nailed.
Did he have to pay a fine or did he do any time?
Oh, massive, massive, massive fine. They don't like you cheating that sort of shit. You know what I mean?
No, they don't. And they usually
They don't see the humorous side of it.
they have computers keeping track these days, so it's easy to get caught.
Davey 85, I have a 96 Acura 3.5 that has 194,000. Let me tell you, my dad had the last of the Accords, and it had the V6 had that stupid engine which would turn half the cylinders off. And unfortunately, they're lucky to make 150,000 kilometers.
I had an Acura Integra. It was my first car, like in high school. It made it up to like 250,000 miles before the water pump ended up going out on it, which caused like it messes up the timing belt and threw a rod. But
Oh shit!
Wow, all
it was
from
a
the water
reliable
pump?
Yeah, because I think I want to say that their water pump is connected to the timing belt somehow. So if you don't replace it, like proactively replace them before they go out, they kind of ended up being notorious for having that issue. But
sorry,
I can't complain though. 250,000 miles was.
I got a few super chats.
Was
I got to
pretty
jump
good.
on these quickly.
Wow.
Just help me here. CB $5. You can get great deals at Costco with diamonds, and if marriage doesn't, we did that one that you can return it. Good. We got Yankee Doodle. $2. I have less respect for a C-Class than a VW Passat. Now the VW Passat, that's actually the lower model. It starts off at VAG, Volkswagen Audi Group. Starts off as an Audi A4, then it becomes a Volkswagen Passat. And
Nobody
then,
calls
they
it.
call
Nobody
it
calls
that,
it
though.
VAG. They don't call it that. Don't be serious.
and then it becomes
Actually,
a Skoda.
that's the
It becomes
reason
a
they
Skoda.
named it that.
It becomes a Skoda. It becomes a Skoda at the end. That's what happens. The technology. That's what they do.
The irony is the lesbians buy the Subarus rather than the Vages. So it's
Yeah,
interesting.
and the hot girls drive the Passats. Everybody knows that.
The Subaru, they actually advertised that way years ago, and that they can't live it down. Van Lux, $7. It was actually Tiffany. eBay auction. It was authenticated as Tiffany. We'll send pics in the WhatsApp. My God, Van Lux. I reckon that was a bargain. Absolute bargain.
So here's an interesting.
Just very
point,
quickly,
though, right?
Stephen Monash, $5. I'll be back to you 1 minute. Breitling AVA reference 765 1953 limited edition. Like this, albeit not a world time. Thoughts on David SW? I'll have a look. Sorry, what were you saying?
I bought
Oh,
that
just-
765. I love it.
Just how guys have very little to no hesitation in like having like a used watch, but some girls do not want a used ring, like getting one from like a pawn shop or
Oh.
secondhand, which you can get so much savings on it, polish it up, and it'll look perfect.
No. If they find out it's used,
But mind you,
you're done.
mind
You're done.
mind.
You're done. You're
Okay,
done
he's
before you
talking-
got out of the starting block. You're done.
I'm just trying to find this watch.
The 765?
Yeah, I'll just bring it up on David SW. I'm going to bring up the Breitlings on David SW. Here we go. Share screen.
Before you do that, Arch, Burb's talking about what his first car was. I never asked you, Arch, what was your first car?
Oh, okay. I'll come back to that. 1 minute there.
Yeah.
Which one is he talking about? The 6?
765, the
Which one?
reissue. It's the reissue Breitling. So it looks like a vintage.
Ah, here it is. Found it.
All black
I just
dial.
couldn't find it. I was saying, Doc, help me. There it is. Yeah, beautiful.
Nice
Very much
chronograph.
Type
That's
20.
nice.
Type 20. You know, this is...
It's a Type 20 before the Type 20. In other
The
words,
price, though.
it beat the Breguet. It did by about a
just-
year.
7
think it's-
grand. It's beautiful,
Well,
but you know.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what you pay these days, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much 6 to 7. It retails
it's
for
beautiful.
8,600. Keep that in mind.
Fella, $2 for Doc. Profile 35-year-old in Aspen with Smurf having latte.
Sounds good to me.
He wants you
Oh.
to profile the buyer. What sort of person are they? I'll let you think on that, Doc. Whilst
Yeah,
we're
let me
doing that, I'm
digest
going to
that.
bring up my first car. My first car I bought brand new. It was a Mazda 323 Astina. You remember? You guys never had
Wait,
this in your
was
country.
this the first car that you got, or was this the first brand new car that you bought?
First car I got and first brand new car. There
So you were
go.
16 driving this.
No, I was 17 and a
Okay.
half. This is what
Red?
it looked like. This is exactly like this here.
This is the first car you bought.
Correct.
Okay.
I had money. I foolishly lost money. Okay? Cars,
was-
women.
Was this
booze.
considered a hot car at the time?
No. Look. When you say a hot car, it's like a Mazda 3, but slightly sportier
Yeah.
than the standard one. It had the pop-up lights. It was a 4-door, 4-cylinder. It was actually, they were actually relatively expensive.
It wasn't a junker. You didn't look.
It wasn't as cool as a Celica. Okay, this is what it looked. That's exactly what it looked like. See this here? That's what it looked like.
Oh,
And it had the
such-
pop-up headlights.
Such
it was
a heavy
manual.
C-pillar. Such a. Oh my god.
I know the seat pillar's a bitch because it had a lift back. See?
Still, they could have done a little something with it.
I totally agree. But you asked the question. I'm showing you. Okay, that's the front of it. That's the front of it. That's what I liked it. It was a good. I was I sold it after 1 year. I was an idiot. Okay.
Well,
it
but
was in
you said you were in
1990?
high school when you bought it, though, right?
No. I'd finished high school.
Oh,
Really?
Parents don't buy their kids cars. It doesn't quite work that way in Australia.
some parents do. That's why I was going to try to give you a little bit of slack there. That hey, it was something.
I had
in high
my own
school.
business. I was making good money, and I borrowed a little bit. Yeah. Anyhow,
Was this
I
to be
at-
practical? This was a practical decision. This car.
It was actually, I foolishly sold it a year later to get a BMW, which, you know what, I should have stayed with the Mazda. I was an
Well,
idiot.
the BMW looked nice, at least. I don't want
was
to
an
talk about the.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the Mazda, but if you don't have something nice to say, but at least the BMW looked nice, right?
It was like the 4-door version of an MX-5. I wanted the MX-5, but this was the practical version of it. Does that make sense?
Wow, that's supposed to be like a 4-door version of Miata.
Well, because it had the 1.8 liter engine. It had its
Oh my
4-cylinder.
God! You're kidding me.
What?
The Miata Miata does not have a lot of power.
The Miata originally had a 1.6.
But still, that's not a lot of power. So to take
But it was
that,
a double overhead. It was a double overhead 1.6.
but to take a lawnmower engine out of the Miata and put it into this,
No, it had a 1.8 single overhead, so it was actually a completely different engine. Okay, I'm sorry, I confused you. Okay, it was an E7. Okay, it was a completely different engine. Let me back the truck up. Completely different. Okay, I don't even know why
Yeah,
I
but-
said it. Okay,
yeah, but it sounds like the horsepower was about 150.
83 kilowatt. 80 is something. Look. It is. Look, I'm telling you the story. Okay, you asked me.
It makes me happy about my first car.
My first car was a Mustang, if that helps.
So was mine.
Yeah. Awesome. What year was yours?
Well, mine was an old one. I was
Wow.
going to buy a Firebird. Man, was that dodging a bullet. Instead, one of my coworkers says, why don't you just get an old Mustang? You love old cars. Get an old Mustang. 65 Mustang. I loved it.
Okay, that's way
Loved
cooler
it.
than mine. Mine was an 07 Mustang. So
Oh no, that was they were ugly. The 07s.
no, they weren't. Type
No,
it in.
no. The
2007
07 Mustang looked pretty
Sorry.
nice.
Yeah, I had a black
07 Mustang looked
2007
pretty
Mustang.
nice. And if it's black, that's a nice color for it.
Make sure you put
Mustang.
V6 because I have to
It
was
didn't
a
have the
Ford
it didn't have
Mustang
the
V6 2000 and what?
7. It was
it
black.
didn't have the cladding by that year, right?
No.
Oh, like this.
So that
it
was a
like
nice
this?
year.
No.
Yeah.
The black one right next to the blue one.
Here.
It was exactly like that one.
That's so cool, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that car. I got, how many miles did I put on it? Somewhere like almost to 100,000. It was like 95,000 miles before we got rid of it.
That is not a bad first car.
Yeah. Good times.
That is not a bad first car at all.
I mean, it's no 67 Mustang, but
No, but I mean, basically, like my 65 Mustang has a lot of the look of this, but you got a reliable car.
yeah, surprisingly, I never had any issues with it. Didn't give me any problems.
When I bought my car, there was the guy threw in a rebuilt block because he said you're going to need to swap it, and sure enough, it happened. I did have to do it pretty quick. But this car, you buy it and you drive it. You're done.
Yeah. Slow as hell, though.
What's up, the
Extremely
Mustang?
slow. Yeah, it was
V6.
just.
How could
It
it,
was
be
a
slow?
V6.
Auto or manual? Stick or
No. It was an automatic, and it was
Oh.
It's a heavy
Six-speed?
car, Archie. It's a heavy car.
They are heavier, because they had a lot of safety built in. The old Mustangs were like a Pinto essentially,
Yeah,
not very safe.
and these
Light-
things had
lightweight,
small
though.
gas tanks too. I think to fill the tank, you only got less than 200 miles on it or something like that.
here we go.
Small tank.
Yankee Doodle, $5. I'd buy a cubic zirconium. That they only appraise it once divorce proceedings begin.
Oh, I'm wishing I had done something.
And here
like
we
that.
go. Sensation seller, £4.50. I've given up waiting for the AD to offer me an Explorer 36 mil. Is it worth paying grey market, or should I go for a brand that's red? Go for grey market. Grey market, grey market, grey market. And Kaltzowitz, $5. People aren't realizing that 99.9% of diamonds are nothing special. All diamonds under 4 carat are considered common. It's a game created by De Beers.
Well,
Yep.
now they have the lab created diamonds as well, which are becoming like less and less. Like people don't care as much if it's a
But lab
Lab-made
creators never. You can tell.
I think they're getting to the point where you can't tell.
the lab created ones. They're able to make them clearer than a naturally formed diamond, like with fewer imperfections, though.
Yeah, but that's
So
the
I don't-
giveaway. It's too perfect.
Yeah.
Madman, $2. What Breitling has been doing last few years.
That's what Breitling's been doing. Yeah, agree.
Okay,
They're
fair
going in a
enough,
good
yeah.
direction.
Look,
we
I
didn't-
gotta tell. Sorry.
We didn't get the that Aspen, that gentleman in Aspen that would be sipping
Yes,
his latte
35
at 35 years old,
wearing
wearing a
what I-
Smurf? Is that what is he?
Yeah,
yeah.
assuming
Trust fund, baby.
it's a man, because we didn't really say whether it's a man. But
Lolex thinks she's driving a Subaru.
I was going to say it's a
Because-
woman that's a woman that's
Caught
spoiled,
me, dude. I was gonna say that too.
a woman
Like Burke
that's
is a lesbian.
spoiled and didn't want a Daytona because all of her friends have a Daytona, so she went for a Smurf,
Yeah.
and she's well taken care of, and I can't figure out what her name is.
It's probably something
Veronica. Veronica.
I was trying to think of something the equivalent of Biff, because if it's a guy, his name is Biff.
It's called Pat. We call it
and
Pat.
his dad is worth a lot of money and got him a Smurf, and he really didn't want it, but he does wear it.
Tim and Marco are dead to the community, $5. When is the date of the Brisbane Watch Show? Yes, that
when
could
they
be a...
when they open up finally, huh?
Yeah. And we've also got Joe Kramer, $5. Thoughts on the Cartier medium-sized Santos, worth the buy or not? Look, I got to be honest with you. If I was going to buy a Cartier Santos for myself, I'd be going to E-Lady. I'd buy an older one. I reckon the older one, the older, larger one is now their mid-sized one. I'd go for a Galbi Santos Galbi. I reckon that's probably what I would do. I like the older ones. I don't these newer reissued ones. I'm not.
Of course, you're kind
fan
of biased. You like the older ones in general, don't you?
I
Mrs.
do,
Lie
Doc,
and all that
yes.
stuff.
Yes, exact. Guys, tell me this, Birmingham, how much did you spend on your ring when you bought your Mrs. the Diamond? What was the criteria?
It was I let her pick it out. It was just, hey, it can't be more. It can't be more than. It can't cost more than the watch.
I
How
think
much was that?
9 G's.
No,
thought he was-
about $6,000. About $6,000. I can
I
show
thought
you
he was
something.
talking about the first one before the Costco one.
Oh, the first one? Oh, that was nothing. That was like a family heirloom, like a great grandmother's.
That's a
ring.
lot of
nice.
something right
That's
there.
that's still nice.
I'm
to
saying
have.
it didn't cost me anything though. Like
yeah.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Birmingham, I think the thing is, in America, tell me, I want to ask you this: is rings important? Is like for men? Let's be honest. For men, the big thing to get is a Rolex. Okay, they want a Rolex. They want a Rolex. Okay, that's what they want. A man wants a Rolex.
yeah.
What is? I think for a lady, they kind of want a 1 carat around that. What do you think?
Or
Am I
so it
wrong?
depends. I think
They
it
want
really kind
bigger.
of depends on the region. I was gonna say if it's a lady that lives down by Lolex, they want like 2 carat and bigger,
Oh,
right?
My little
Shit.
my sister said minimum she needs is a 3 carat. That's what she told her fiance.
Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
fuck!
Yeah,
3 carat. What does he do?
they're both lawyers.
Why? The funny
Still.
thing is, the funny thing is that there was a story. Some guy gave his wife a Cartier. Like he was still at uni. She was in corporate world, and she was embarrassed that he gave her a 1 carat Tiffany diamond when she kind of all her friends were 2.5 carat plus. And I just think, what a fucking awful bunch of bitches.
Well,
How can they be so superficial like that?
but you know,
is that
the
what
ladies,
the world?
the ladies don't dress up to attract the men. They dress up to compete with the ladies.
Yeah.
Well said.
Guys don't. Very few guys, Arch, know what a Birkin bag is. You're unique. in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Or I
It's,
think you might
it's
be
other women that are like, oh, that's like that recognize what they're carrying.
And
I gotta
most
be honest,
guys aren't paying attention to the quality of a diamond, and barely pay attention to the diamond anyway.
But tell me this: 3 carats. I mean, is she out of her fucking mind?
They do well. I don't know what to tell you.
Like, how much? When you say do well, they're $500,000 a year each.
I'm not playing this game again with you, Arch. You talk about how much we're making. You just keep throwing it out there again and again and again. How many times have I done this with you?
It
But
doesn't matter
seriously,
anyway.
I'm not asking you her name and that. I'm just saying these are people. What they live in $1 million. Well, San Fran, a toilet is $1 million.
Yeah, way more than $1 million house.
They're making probably at least $250,000 a year,
Each.
I would bet.
Okay.
And there's a good chance because most ladies don't marry a guy that's making what they make. So there's a good chance
he'd
the
have to
guy
make
is making
more.
even more.
Yeah.
Is it that competitive, Lolex?
Wait, what? And what?
Like if the husband gave her a 2 carat, she would say no. Like, she would
No.
be disappointed. What would happen?
No. What the fuck? No. She just said that to him, but I haven't even seen the ring yet.
Was she
I
joking?
think she got it.
Maybe she was
She
joking.
was probably joking. She said it at Thanksgiving, like jokingly.
Every joke has a little
Yeah.
bit of
This is for the
There you
joke.
go, but every
Yes.
joke is rooted in a little bit of truth. You know what I mean?
Bright blue comment,
No,
$2.
it means
Where
say
should
no
I
more.
sell
Yeah.
my antique steamer trunk? Hey man, you can send it to me. I'll take it. Bright blue comment. Send me some pics. Email me archieluxury72@gmail.com. I'll have a look at it and tell you my opinion.
When was the last time LV made a steamer trunk?
They still do.
You're kidding me.
No, they're about 50. Well, I think
Yeah,
they're
they're
about
not cheap.
30,000. But
But-
the thing is, it depends on the condition, and there's a market for them. It just a lot of them are
Really?
fight. They really fight.
I would
Depends on
think
what
most
damage.
people don't even know what a steamer trunk is. Who buys
They turn them
those?
into those coffee tables that the
Yeah.
people, the white people who live at the Hamptons.
So they're
you know,
not
the white
buying
people.
it as a steamer trunk.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know the white people who live in the Hamptons. They have that sort of shit there.
35 years old, up at Aspen.
Yeah, wearing a
drinking their
Smurf,
latte,
you
drinking a
know,
Smurf.
and a latte. You know,
Driving
they
their
just use it
Subaru.
as a coffee table.
Biff, I can't
Just-
believe what your dad got you. Man, a Smurf? What is he doing? Is he smoking or something? That's so cheap.
You know, I got to tell you, I think one of the biggest problems in life is if you got given everything, it's not that fun. Like we worship money as a society. We all worship money. Money, 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 money. It's the thing.
A
But,
Smurf
you know,
doesn't even have any diamonds on it. Come on.
but the truth is, if we had everything we could possibly want, is that what makes us happy? Is that happiness? Birminghard, tell me, Birminghard.
No, of course not.
I mean,
I noticed
you
you
could-
skipped Rolex. You skipped Lolex.
if you
Anyway.
could, Lolex, yeah, we skipped him. He was touchy. You notice that? You saw how he bit me off when I
I was
threw
just
that.
kidding with you.
No, I
was just
thought you
playing with
skipped
Arch.
Lolex because he has a Porsche, so you went right to Birmingham.
You know what?
Yeah.
I tell you honestly, I would fucking love a 5-year-old Boxster. I'd love one.
I'm still looking at a GT4. Hard.
I think
I
the
prefer-
first generation
Man.
Boxers are actually cool now. When you see those first gen
I
Boxers,
know.
I actually think they look cool when I see
I'm
them.
sorry, Lolex.
They
The
got
Cayman's
IMS
better than a Boxster.
The Cayman?
Sorry.
Well, the
Sorry.
Boxster just has charm to
No,
it.
the
Sorry.
Caymans. I prefer the Cayman, but they're more expensive than the Boxster.
Yeah.
The Boxster's the cheaper one.
No, but
I
I
didn't
Notice-
understand that. The Cayman
Most
should be
convertibles
more expensive.
more expensive, right? Most convertibles
Yes.
are
I
more
think so,
expensive.
no.
So what does it tell you when the Cayman is more expensive? That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, even though they try to say that it's just as rigid when it's a convertible, you know the Cayman is a more solid car.
Mm.
It just is.
yeah. But yeah, I just think those first generation Boxsters look cool now. They were kind of a joke
Yeah.
10
yeah.
years ago, but I think they actually look pretty cool now.
They're expensive. They've shot up in price. Everything is shot. But can I ask you this, guys? Okay, we've got Biden at the wheel.
You're looking at
We
it the
got-
wrong way. Inflation is taking
Mhm.
off.
That's
That's
because they're
your
printing
problem.
money.
That's
Yeah.
right. Like it's no tomorrow.
But officially, the inflation rate is so low. It's less than.
It's true in a patch of depression. That's what it is.
What are you saying then?
I'm
We've got
trying-
inflation or we're not? I don't understand it. At least in the 70s, we had double-digit inflation. You knew how to measure this shit. But now they changed the formula.
Well, at least in America, the government subsidizes this basket of goods, so your real inflation's not the same as it's probably over 6%.
SR Bell
Realistically.
$672.
I think you did something
Arch,
before
how
that,
many
Arch.
men have you been with? You know what? I got to be completely honest with you, Bell. I've been on an aeroplane with about 300 men. I have been in a car with 4 other men. I've been with quite a few. I'm here on a panel here with 3 other men. There you go.
With 2.5 men. You missed another supercharge.
Oh, Mr. Super Chat, thanks, Lolex.
Who is
which one did I
Lolex
miss?
accusing of being the half?
Which one did I miss?
Oh, I
Definitely
get it.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
I get
It's
it,
a short joke on my end.
I know, I understand.
Bright blue comment.
Oh, no, we did that one. That was about the LV steamer. He's going to send me photos. I'll give him my
Oh.
advice. They're worth big bucks. Big bucks. There could be like 10 secondhand. Look, for an average one of those, $10,000. You got to present it well. You have a look at it. I'll give you some advice. Okay, send me some pics. I'll tell you what I think. It depends. There's quite a number of them. Some people call the suitcases trunks. They're not kind of the steamer trunk. Steamer trunk is that big box. Guys,
It would
let
go
me
on
tell you
it would
this.
go on the outside of a car, right? Like you could
Yeah,
strap it outside
yes,
on like
exactly.
a luggage rack.
Exactly. Now,
Oh, I
just
think
very
don't
quickly,
they do that
this
on
is- this-
vintage Porsches? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Lolex,
Yeah.
this is your first car. You said it was underpowered. They also did they have the Eco 4-cylinder in this shape?
Not in this shape. It was in the next body that they started bringing out the EcoBoost.
Actually,
But
I
the-
like this shape. This shape was quite nice.
It was a very cool car. I
It
had
was
the
their
V6.
first retro.
Yeah, it was
Now,
their
I
first
wanna-
retro.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've seen my car. I showed you my car. What was Lolex? This is Lolex's. What's
Yeah.
Birmingham? Give me your car. You said it was a Acura?
Yeah, it was like a 1988 Acura Integra. It's like a
Oh,
two-door,
I love the Integra. They were cool cars.
two-door
The
little
Honda.
little four-cylinder.
What color?
Like a midnight blue, like dark blue,
Oh,
or like a bluish
okay.
gray.
There we go. There it is. It's for sale. Is that what it looked like?
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I really liked was the Prelude. You remember the Preludes?
Yeah.
Did you have the Preludes in America?
Prelude.
we have
Prelude.
Preludes.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
They were a nice car. I don't know why they stopped making them. They were an amazing car. Remember, Honda used to be the art of automotive perfection? Well, that was their saying then, wasn't it?
I was gonna say that was their advertising, maybe.
Yeah. So
It-
that
it
was
took a-
your first car? What? This was.
Yeah, I
you
got
bought
it. I bought it from like my uncle, like a family member. So I got
How
like
many
a good
Ks
deal
did
on
it
it.
have? How many miles on it did it have when you bought it?
I want to say like 130,000 when I bought it.
And you put an extra how much? Another
Another up to 250 when I blew the engine.
Did-
I mean, it lasted me a few
did-
years, but I drove
Did
a
you do
lot.
servicing? Did you do servicing?
Mostly myself. I would do my own oil changes, and
Why didn't you change the pump then if it was so important? You should have known about this.
because I was like 16 when I bought it, Arch. I'm not like.
And probably no one said you need to change the pump.
Yeah, I was more of a kid like, oh, if something like really like broke on it, it's like, okay, I'd try to fix it myself. But
Because most cars you can wait until you have symptoms on the water pump and then
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like a
No big
little bit of
deal.
leaking or a little bit of
Yeah,
that.
no big deal.
And Doc, what was your first car?
Springtime yellow 1965 Mustang.
$1965.
1965.
But I was so lame, Arch, that I like took out the interior of that car to make it lighter for street racing. I'd like take out the front passenger seats. It was like super old, like super noisy inside. I was a fool.
Burb had Nas in the front seat.
No, I was too cheap for
So
my
Doc,
Nas,
was it a
but-
cabriolet or a coupe? Doc,
It wasn't a convertible. Those are crazy expensive.
Was it a
even-
like
fastback
this,
or the?
fastback?
No, it wasn't a fastback either.
No,
Sorry,
it's the
no,
Fox
Okay, like
body.
this?
It was just
Like
a regular
this?
coupe. Exactly. It looks exactly like that.
That
Oh,
was
those
a
are
cool
cool.
car.
Those
That's
are
quite
cool.
valuable.
I got the rims like that. That actually could be a picture of my car.
They're quite valuable now, aren't they?
Not the Fox bodies. You can still get these at a reasonable price.
Why is it called a Fox body?
Just be the difference. It's like a square top versus the fastback. This was considered
Oh,
the
okay.
secretary women's car, and then the fastback was more for. I could be wrong, Doc.
Yeah,
but
no,
you
no,
can
that's
correct
okay.
me.
Because the fastback, they didn't make as many, and it's more expensive. The fastback is what got converted to the Shelbys. Like all the Shelbys for
Oh.
1965 were
Fastback.
all fastback. They didn't come any way else.
And
than
the front
fastback.
panels are the same on the fastback, or
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
different.
most of the fastback is essentially the same. It's the rear quarter panels, even
I
are
see.
essentially the same. It's just it's converted over to a fastback.
because you know the funny thing is the Mustang was a carry-on of the Ford Falcon line from 1960s.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, if you had one of these 65 Mustangs, you'd notice that between the trunk and the interior passenger compartment, there was nothing but a sheet of plywood. It wasn't even plywood, actually. It was particle board. That's the only thing between you and the gas tank.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is a piece of plywood.
it wasn't even plywood. It was particle board.
Oh, so that's what you meant about the Pinto. So if you got rear-ended, you were
You got
screwed.
rear-ended. The liquid would enter the trunk, and then it would go right into the passenger compartment.
Oof. That's not good.
So not.
I gotta say, I don't understand SR Bell, man. I don't understand. You're just getting really creepy with these type of comments here, so I'm just gonna leave them go. Okay? I don't normally skip comments, but man, you just
You mean a
go
super
and-
chat?
yeah.
How many?
you just
Can't
getting
you
a bit-
censor it? I guess you can't really
No,
censor it, but
it's just getting creepy. I don't understand why. The ego from Venice, $5. I am above the community. Sending love from Venice. Peanuts. Venice peasants.
Peasants.
Peanuts,
I'm going to put my
peasants.
little 2 cents in from what you guys were talking about, mostly when Showcase was on. And, you know, hey, last time I was on with Tim, he said, go fuck yourself. But that
To
said,
who?
to
To you.
well, he didn't say it like that. He said,
Oh,
he said-
yes.
he said, get the fuck out or something like that. But anyway, that said, because obviously he's an emotional character. I don't hold it against him. But what I was going to say is very simply that he was honest about why he was coming on your show from day one. That's all I'll say. I'll just remind you of that.
Yep. Yep. Thank you.
Had my
Doc.
piece. Had my piece.
I gotta
would
tell you,
love-
Doc.
yeah.
Out of all those cards, I'm gonna vote the coolest.
Docs
It's
for
gotta be
sure.
Doc. Doc.
Are you kidding me?
I did
And
some things to it because I
would
like
give
to
a
mod,
runner-up.
you know.
I'd give a runner-up to. Actually, I'll tell you which car would be
You
the
gotta
best
give it
out
to
of all of
Lolex.
those.
Lolex
out
had
of
a
all
those
2007.
cars-
Yeah, Volvo's had a nice car.
Out of all those cars, I
sweet.
reckon the most reliable would be Birmingham's.
I'm gonna say Lolex's.
Dude, mine was
No.
crazy reliable. Crazy reliable. I beat
'Cause-
the hell out of that thing.
Because the
Stephen
Mustang.
Monash, $5. My first car was a 1967 Toyota. Did you get the Toyota Crown, guys?
Ooh,
No, we didn't get
They
that.
were amazing cars. Toyota Crown.
Toyota Crown sounds like a
1967.
4-door.
Yeah, they were.
What
That's
is
what-
this?
Yeah, they were kind of a Toyota luxury car. They were a 6-cylinder.
This
They
is
were
crazy.
expensive. They were expensive.
But
This
they're
is
not
when
exactly.
Japanese-
It's not exactly the looker, right?
Well, this is why people criticize the Japanese. They criticize the Japanese because they copy other countries' cars. Okay.
Of course.
But
Biz
when they
Bear
make their own
interpretation.
cars, everyone
Yeah.
says how bloody ugly they are. You can't have it both ways. There's
No,
good
no, no, no,
reason they
I-
copy.
No, but I'm saying generally speaking. I mean, there are some 4-doors that I prefer over 2. So like the Acura, you guys were talking about Acura, 2005 Acura TL. I thought that was a nice looking car. It was 4 doors, but I just thought it, for some reason, I thought it was stylish, not crazy expensive. But this one,
It's 1967, but don't forget that.
I understand that. It basically looks
The
like
Ford
a
Falcon
Ford
was
Falcon.
a 2-speed. Remember
I-
that? It was a
I was-
2-speed
but I was-
transmission.
It looks like a 4-door Falcon from a few years ahead. Like they copied a 4-door Falcon from 1964, and that's what they made. They made like, oh, here's our version of a 4-door Falcon. Bam.
I'll show you what a 1967 Corolla looked like, just out of interest. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
What do
The
you
first
think,
car I
guys?
drove, but I did not buy it. It was given to me. It was in the family. Was a Datsun 1200, which was a 2-door.
Oh, they're
And-
actually very collectible. You know that?
I know. I was thinking of getting one just for kicks because it was the first car I drove.
Like
Good
this?
Lord.
It's expensive though.
Like this, Doc?
Yes, like in fact it was red just like that, and I put rims on it. I put my own rim. I bought money. I used my money to buy rims, so I put rims on it like that. It was actually, reasonably stylish, and it got me around, and it was reliable.
But you know what? It was the 240Z that really made Datsun.
Oh yeah,
what-
well no, that
that's
was
what-
money. That was you got to spend some money to get that. I mean, I would have loved.
They
to
were
have one of
cheaper than a
those.
Vet butt, weren't they?
Oh yeah, but still, the Datsun 1200, that was like maybe a $1,500 car or something. I mean, it wasn't expensive at all. A 240Z, that was a little bit of money you had to spend. That was a high schooler's dream. You'd be a baller if you got that.
Yeah, a guy in my high school drove one of these.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah. He had a restored old Datsun like that.
He had it restored. That was
Nice.
expensive. How rich
Yeah.
were the people you went to school with?
I think him and his dad put it together.
He's
I think it
baiting
was
you
like a
again,
project car.
Lolex. He's baiting you.
I know he is. That's why I don't tell him anything.
Rolex went to a nice Beverly Hills private school, so it wasn't.
Yeah, I was a
abnormal
private
for,
school boy. Archie would have hated me.
Oh, you
One
went
of
to a
his-
private school?
I wore a tie and a sports coat.
And one of his buddies was named Biff and had a Smurf.
I smoked Parliament cigarettes. Archie would have hated me.
Ramsey, $5. 1999 Mercury Sable station wagon. It was awful. 1999.
Yeah, not
Let's
the
call that up.
best. Not the
1999. What
best.
was it? What was it again? A Sable.
Mercury Sable. It's like a boat, right?
Mercury.
I tell you one thing about the Datsun 1200. It was so cheaply built that while I was driving it, the steering wheel
I
locked.
love these. I love these. These were the same as a Taurus, weren't they?
Not as a station wagon, my friend.
Oh, they're gorgeous. What's wrong
Oh,
with that?
you saw? I
love
saw
them.
these everywhere growing up. Every mom drove one of these, or the Ford Focus version of this.
That's a look only a mother can love, that station wagon. I'm sorry.
I remember these. I wanted one of these Tauruses so much, you know.
Not the station wagon you didn't want, did you?
No.
No.
You could use it as a hearse, couldn't you?
It's like a baby hearse.
Were they?
It's kind of tiny
So
for a hearse.
the Mercury is the more upmarket brand, is it, to Ford, or what's that? What's Mercury?
Yeah, they just slapped the badging on the front grille.
That's kind of like Ford's Buick, isn't it? Is that equivalent to a Buick? It's not.
Yeah,
it's not
probably. Something between a Buick and a Pontiac. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Lincoln would
Okay.
be more like between a Buick and a Cadillac.
Did they have a Lincoln version of this? No.
I don't think so. I think they just made
How
the
were
Mercury.
these as cars? These Sables? How were they? Were they reliable?
I think it was pretty reliable. I mean, the Ford Focus was one of the best-selling Fords.
Yeah, but these
that
aren't a
they-
Ford Focus. Ford Focus. What year Focus? What do you mean? Ford Focus was much smaller.
I'm saying the wrong car then.
The Focus
What's this
was a
based
little-
on? This is based on a Ford. And I'm
That's a
trying to remember which
Taurus.
one.
That's a Taurus.
Ford Taurus.
That's the-
Sorry. The Ford Taurus was one of the best-selling Fords that they'd ever had.
They were everywhere on the road.
Tauruses.
It
Yeah.
saved them.
Yeah.
It saved Ford. The Taurus did.
Did they like that styling? Like the arse and the
When it
front
came
was-
out with that Taurus or that Sable, it was a modern new look.
That was the look of like the early 2000s. Because you remember the Mercedes had those bubble lights too.
Oh yeah.
That was the
Everything
look.
before that was a
Square.
three box exactly.
Yeah.
It was
What
very
about-
squared, very
what
three
about-
box.
Let me show you this. What about the Probe? Did you have the Probe?
Probe.
The sports
This is
car
Ford?
version. Yeah.
Yeah, they had that. That was actually going to replace the Mustang, believe it or not.
Oh,
I
That
didn't
was
see- I
intended to
didn't-
replace the Mustang, believe it or not.
I don't remember this look in the U.S., but
They had it.
It's
It wasn't a hot
90s,
seller
90s.
here.
It
It wasn't a
hot
big seller here. No, but that they were going to replace the. I swear to God, they were going to replace the Ford Mustang with that, with the Probe. And
What
then
happened to your Saturns? What happened to Saturn? Can I ask you that? What happened to Saturn?
It was a General Motors offshoot.
yeah.
What happened?
I think people woke up.
People opened their eyes.
One of my good buddies. Well, we were good buddies until he found out how I voted. But anyway, one of my old buddies from college. He got one of those Saturns. He babied it. He kept it.
Yeah.
He kept it waxed and polished and all that stuff. And then he had to sell it because he got married, and he almost sold it for nothing.
Why though? I've never understood that when people say that. He had to sell it because he got married.
Oh,
What
because
does
his
that mean?
wife wanted him to sell it. Come on, man.
She demanded a much more expensive ring, and so
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like,
That
"What's? You don't need that car, and you need to sell it." Because by then he'd also gotten he had something else like an Infinity. He had an Infinity, and then he had the Saturn. So
Very quickly, Vince Fine Arts $2. Mercure XR4Ti My First. What's that? What is that?
is that the one that has like a little wedge at the rear? It's got some kind of spoiler-looking thing midway between the roof and the trunk. I'm thinking that's what that is.
What the hell is this thing? I've never heard of this. Ah, one of those. It's like a Scorpio, isn't it?
Notice how it's got that a couple of pictures down. It's got that weird thing between the roof and the trunk, and they're trying to make it sporty. And
yeah, these were the Sierra. These were like a Sierra in the UK.
I don't think
These were
it
the
caught
Sport
on.
Sierra. No, I can see. That's an interesting.
It was it was just kind of out there.
Jim French, $10. Hello, Arch and crew. Thoughts on a Patek 5212 weekly? I think he means. He said 6212. I think he means 5212 weekly. Also, would you sell a 6006 to buy?
No.
52? Well, the problem is the 6006. They're not that easy to sell. Okay, you're not going to get huge money unless you get somebody who really wants it. If you're going to trade it in with a dealer, you'll get slaughtered. Because the weekly, man, if you can't afford the 5212, they're worth a lot of money because that's a steel weekly. Let's bring that baby up.
I thought your 6212.
I thought your 6006 was one of the nicest Pateks
that doesn't exist.
Sorry.
Oh, is that a 6.2? Maybe it does. Sorry, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, these numbers are crazy on Pateks.
It's a 5212. Sorry, it is a 5. I was right. It is a 5212. Okay, so look, it is a beautiful watch. It's steel, big size, absolutely gorgeous. Would I get rid of a? Look, it depends. The problem is, how are you going to sell this thing? Are you good at selling things? If you can get top whack for it, it's okay. It's probably not a bad way to go. But
I'm sorry. I'd rather have a 6006 over that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I loved mine. I like
the aesthetics of it. I'm just saying for the aesthetics.
Yeah, man.
I don't know anything else. Like, oh, this is more valuable than that. But for the aesthetics, I'll take the 6006.
And it was white gold, right, Arch?
Yeah, they only do white gold.
Yeah, man.
And it had the skeletonized hands. It was a beautiful watch. Beautiful watch.
Very cool.
Beautiful watch. Absolutely beautiful.
And it's more versatile, and it looks nice in a tux compared to the 5212, I'm saying. I mean, I don't know.
5212 is more casual. It's steel. It's on that, the reality is society's becoming a lot less.
Yeah, how often do you wear tuxedos?
I'm just saying it's more versatile. I mean, obviously you could wear it.
Stephen Monash, $5. VG Valiant push button automatic 1971.
You can wear it biff like polo shirt casual. You can wear the 606 like, but then, if you have to get dressed up, there you go.
That's true. You can wear this racing down a ski mountain.
Actually, that was my parents. VG.
Ow.
VG.
Yeah, racing down a ski mountain, you'd look stylish in a 606.
Yeah, man.
This was actually my parents' wedding car. Was one of these Valiants. Can you believe that? They thought it was a good car. That's what the company. They had a black one of these as a wedding car.
Well, what did they have though in the homeland? Would it have been like a Lada or something? I mean, it kind of looks like that.
No, my parents. This was in Australia. My parents were in Australia.
No. But I'm just saying for their measure, like they've,
No, that they were born in Australia. They thought this was I'm just telling you, this is what the company. When you hired a limousine, this is what they would use these as kind of a.
I can imagine "Just Married" written on the rear window and some cans tied to the.
I can imagine that
the bumper going down the road. I can.
And you only take a picture
these were
in
like
black
higher
and white.
cars at the times. They were kind of higher cars, but you know what? I always.
It must have been
hated these
marketing,
cars.
a lot of marketing to make it a higher car. A lot of
This
marketing.
is 1967. Remember that? 1967. It's a long,
Yeah,
long
but I
time
mean,
ago.
1967. I mean, come on, you could even get a Riviera that would beat that.
That's so funny.
Oh, we never had the Riviera in Australia.
What?
No, we
No?
never had that. The Buicks, they
God.
were expensive. Chevrolet was considered a luxury brand in Australia.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're spoiled.
You guys were. You didn't realize how lucky you were, but yes, that's correct.
I think those old Rivieras look nice even now. I mean, compared to a lot of the other stuff from the 60s. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
That one there though was not ahead of its time. I'm so sorry.
I gotta say, man, it's these sort of cars. Do you have a soft spot for your first car, guys? Do you have a soft spot?
Oh, for sure. I saw one today, and I was like, oh man, look at that.
But here's the nice thing, man.
Actually, that's still a
Lolex-
nice car. Lolex, that's still a beautiful car in my opinion.
But here's
they-
the nice
they
thing,
changed the
Lolex.
body so much. Yeah,
You could always go and get one
Exactly.
anytime you want.
they're so
Anytime.
cheap. Yeah, they were.
And you
mass
could get
produced.
and you can get one in good condition. I mean,
Yeah, if I was gonna get one, honestly, Doc, I'd get I think it was a 2008. They made the Mustang Bullet, which is the same body.
oh,
but
that
it
was
a-
hot.
It was so cool. This guy
Oh,
I knew, I grew up with, had one. It was so
That was
cool.
Steve McQueen.
What
The
year? Give me the
2008
year again.
2008 Mustang Bullet. He bought it
That
like a
was
year after we
hot.
graduated high school, and I remember looking at it and just be like, "That is the coolest thing I've ever seen."
It was a limited edition, so it's a little
Mhm.
more
Yeah.
expensive.
But they made it in a forest green though. Yeah, it was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
It had the
Holy
rims.
It had the leather interior too, I think, didn't it?
Yeah,
Did it have? Wow, that's
Yeah.
so beautiful. What a cool car.
Yep.
Did you go for a drive in it?
of course. I remember me, him,
That-
and these two girls went to Disneyland, and we rode in his car there all the way there.
That would have had the 8, wouldn't it? The 8-cylinder. V8.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was the same. And Doc, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it was the same engine as a V8, right? It just had the
I think it had the V8 from the GT, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, the GT, and it had a GT engine, but just limited edition fixings on it. So the special rims, a plate on the inside. That color they only gave to this car, the forest
Wow.
green.
It might
Okay,
actually
Matt-
be expensive.
Oh yeah, they're
ES
super expensive now.
76, £4.50. Coke 1996 Swiss T25 for £8,695 from a pawnbroker. Naked but with authenticity card. Run a mile or pull the trigger. Bezel looks new. I don't
bet they're
particularly like
off-coming,
buying
though.
things. I don't particularly like buying things from pawnbrokers because they're not
don't
a
know
watch
what you're getting.
specialist.
Yeah.
And
The
it's not
authenticity
cheap.
card, what does that mean from a pawnbroker?
Yeah, look, I don't think it's cheap. I'd be better. I'd be more comfortable unless you know what you're doing.
You know the funniest thing,
Mm.
but he's bringing us back. When I saw that super chat, I was like, what the hell kind of car is a Coke? A Coke 96? What's that?
It must be a
I know,
Saturn.
buddy.
Jeez,
This is a car
Saturn.
show.
What the hell?
We've evolved. past
I
watch.
swear to God, I was looking at it like a Coke 96 Swiss.
Why are you
What the
talking
hell?
watches, Matt? What the?
We're talking cars now,
I was
dude.
like, what the hell is that?
Movies
I've never
coming
heard
on
of
next
this.
show. What are you talking about, dude?
Blue
Anyway.
Bright Comet $2. Thoughts on a mint black 1987 BMW M6? Absolutely love
Here we
that
go.
car.
Come
Actually,
back.
those are amazing.
Now
think this is-
here's the thing though. I don't know how reliable an M6 is because that's not
it's
that
got the-
wasn't their
it's got
bread
the-
and butter
it's got-
compared.
It's
Well-
all it is. All it is it's got the double overhead 6-cylinder 3.5 motor. That's a great block. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
This
what
is
I'm
when
saying,
How long
BMWs
that is.
I'd have
this
to
is when-
research it because if you got an M3 from that year,
It'd be a 4-cylinder.
but it's also going to hold up, you know. And I don't know. I haven't researched an 87 M6.
Look, this
all I'm
is a
saying.
beautiful. I like this is a carry on from the 3 CSL. You know,
Oh no, it's gorgeous. Absolutely. I'm just saying, you know.
these are to die for. I remember seeing one of these in the 80s, and they were like, there was 2 black kids who I don't know how they had so much money. They were like Willis and Arnold from Different Strokes. There was a small one and a big one, and they always wore expensive clothes. And they turned up in one of these, and I thought, what the fuck are these kids? Like, they were just super loaded.
What you talking
Right.
about, Pontiff?
And I remember saying to one of the kids later on, I said, I remember your BMW. I never really knew them well. And he sold it to buy an Alpha 105. He sold
Ouch.
it years,
I'm not sure I'd do that.
yeah, and to start a business. He was, but he had, I didn't know how he had one
Oh,
of
okay.
these, and it was just
But here's the
So
thing. Here's the thing.
beautiful.
The irony, I think it's easier to get your hands on an '87 M6 than an M3 of that era. I don't think you can get an E30 M3 for cheap. You might be able to get an M6.
I think
though.
the M6 would be better. They're beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nicer ride.
Because these were essentially race cars. You know, this is the same motor, basically the same motor they put in the M1. Did you know that?
It's a little heavy for racing, though.
You know the M1? You know what the M1 is?
Sure.
That
They
was
didn't
the
make many of those.
Lamborghini built. The Lamborghini built first M.
Yeah, but they didn't make many of those, you know.
No, but I think these
It's like a museum car.
M6. I know someone who's got one. I love them. I'm just going to take a quick toilet break. I will be right back.
Let's go
As
rogue,
for this-
gentlemen. Let's go rogue.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
talking about
Andrew,
wild
2
stuff.
pounds. Old grandpa car chat is destroying
You
the
got-
soul.
You got a couple other
Andrew.
other super chats though. You still got to get
Holy
to.
shite! I'll just hang on. Let me hold in there very quickly there.
Or go like the astronauts, man. Go like the astronauts.
Yeah, buddy. Piss bottle. You got to do it.
Oh,
Here we go.
Actually, the
Michael.
astronauts didn't even worry with that. They just went in their suit.
Ooh. Michael Dish, $2, 1971 Plymouth Satellite Sebring, my high school car. What
You know,
year
that's
was
not bad. That's not
that?
bad.
What was it? 19 what? 19.
1971 Plymouth
71.
Satellite.
Satellite Sebring.
Well, 2-door or 4-door? As a 2-door, those weren't bad.
Ooh, they're like a Barracuda, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not bad, man.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
Yeah, poor man's Charger.
But this is the Ford kind of Plymouth is Dodge, isn't it?
Plymouth and Dodge were together. Yeah.
This isn't the Dukes of Hazzard car, right?
No, that was
a Charger.
Yeah,
that was a Dodge Charger and a little bit older also.
Okay. Very.
That was
cool.
a classic, like 69
Here we
Charger.
go.
Those are still
Brian
hot.
Christopher, 69, $50,000 Rolex budget. I already own a Sea Dweller and a two-tone Sky Dweller. Buy 50,000 Smurf or Silver Dial Daytona, or B, buy Root Beer and Black Blue Dial Sky Dweller. Except 2 purchases or grey market David SW can be done with collection after this. So he's got, let's have a look at $50,000 budget. He already owns a Sea Dweller and a two-tone Sky Dweller. Okay, so he's got a Sky Dweller and a Sea
Dweller. He's got okay.
Two dwellers, okay?
Yeah, 2 dwellers.
Does he buy a $50,000 Smurf? Okay. Or what's Silver Dial Daytona? What's he talking about?
Is that a
What's
5-digit that he's talking
What's a
about?
silver? No, it can't be. Silver Dial Daytona. What's he mean? Silver?
It might be one of the platinum or the white gold
it's
Daytonas.
a precious silver dial.
Or B, buy Root Beer and
that's-
Black Blue Dial Sky Dweller. Root Beer.
And a Sky Dweller.
See, I'd buy the root
Except
beer and
2
I'd buy a Sky.
purchases or grey market and be done. Look, I would say
He already has a Sky Dweller though. So
He's
why
got a
doesn't
Sky Dweller. He's got a Sky Dweller two-tone, but he could get a white gold Sky Dweller on a Jubilee.
you know what I would do? I tell you what I would do. Let me just tell you what I
Completely
would do
different look.
quickly.
That's true.
I tell you what I would do. Let me just stay for this.
First thing he needs to do is dance that he has $50,000.
Yeah,
First thing.
50,000 just throw around.
$50,000.
Yeah.
$50,000. Let me tell you what I would do. I'm just going to bring this up here.
He's doing something right.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
let's look at this. Let's look at the basics. He has got a diver
He's a Rolex fan.
in the
So
deep
he-
sea,
yeah.
right? Yeah, a Rolex, of course. But you know what
He's
I
a
would
Rolex
get?
fan.
I reckon.
An Air
He's got a
King.
Sky Dweller. No. Forget
Get an
it.
Air
No,
King,
no,
dude.
no. Let's go. Let's have a look. We've got
Plymouth.
enough money. Let's have a look here. I'm gonna go GMT. Da da da.
Yeah, get
Look
like
at
a
this.
full
Let me
gold-
explain it to you. Let me explain
So
why.
cool.
Because you've got a steel Sea Dweller a two-tone. What's he got? Sorry.
Two-tone Sky Dweller.
Two-tone Sky Dweller, and then he has a solid gold root beer.
Not a bad move.
He's got a steel, a gold, and a two-tone. Beautiful three-piece combo meal deal he's done. Doesn't need anything else whatsoever. That is it.
That would be continuity there too. Yes.
What do you guys reckon?
This is insane. I couldn't even
I'm
imagine.
just going to take a break. I'll be back.
Yes.
This is an insane watch, honestly.
I'm not sure which one he's talking about though, because if he's talking about the Daytona on the white gold on the Oyster Flex strap, I would maybe go that route.
I think it depends on how much you like chronographs. It doesn't sound like he absolutely needs to have a chronograph, because he's mentioning a chronograph in an ocean of non-chronograph watches. So it doesn't sound like he's married to the chronograph. And I think you kind of need to be to really get excited about a Daytona. That's just my thinking, you know. And I'm a lover of chronographs, so that's why I'm saying,
yeah,
I know that about myself. And if I wasn't, I don't think I'd be excited about a Daytona. For one thing, it's really hard to read the time in case you want to use it as a watch.
Oh, no one uses it as a watch though, right? I mean, it's
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, even with the website you posted there, Burbs, I mean, look at their photograph where they're winding the watch and presumably setting the time. You got to look at it like, what?
Yeah.
What time is it? What?
Yeah, I would love to see a YouTube like prank show where people are just going around asking people with Daytonas what time it is, just to see how long it would take them to answer. That'd be amazing.
That would actually be good. Hey, sir, do you have the time?
Pulls out his iPhone. He's like, it's 4:30. Go away.
No,
just a man on the street episode where you're just walking up to random girls and showing them
that's true.
your Daytona dial and asking them what time it is.
Oh my god!
I have a crazy Smurf story. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys know, or maybe you don't, that I bought for cheap. I bought a steel sub that had been heavily molested.
In what way?
Well, for one thing,
every way, and just
in
every way possible.
For one thing, it got polished.
Oof.
So that was one thing that I guess the owner wanted done. He wanted it polished. For the second thing, it got some Yachtmaster stuff swapped onto it, so it has like polished center links on it. Okay, it's a pre-ceramic, so everything fits, but it's just not. It's not correct, right? But anyway, I wear it because I like it, and because it was cheap. So let's just keep it real. I got it for less than $5, and I've only had it for maybe a couple years now, or a year. Mm-hmm. It was cheap because essentially it's head only when it comes on the wrong bracelet. So anyway, I got it cheap, but I like the look.
Yeah.
I go to my bank, and one of the guys there, I got him into the watch thing, and he goes to the AD looking at watches and stuff. Anyway, he saw my watch, heavily polished, and he says, "Oh, that's like the watch I had on. I almost bought one of those." And he starts talking about how it was like 45 or 50 grand or whatever. I'm like, "Oh no, that's not my watch." And then I figured out he was talking about a Smurf, because a Smurf is sort of like, you know, a polished version of a sub.
Yeah.
It's all polished up. So I don't know if the previous owner of this watch was just going for a Smurf look on the cheap. I have no idea. Am I still there?
Yeah.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Suddenly it
Just
got quiet.
Very
But
quickly
anyway,
there.
it was interesting that somebody confused my $5,000 watch with a Smurf.
Andrew, $2.
Awesome.
Old Grandpa Car Chat is soul destroying. Night all. Gee, that's a bit nasty, isn't it?
Yeah,
a lot of
And we've
people
got
think
Roy.
that car talk is ratings poison.
I
Roy
have one
V.
quick thing. Okay,
What's-
Archie, do this.
Sorry, what's the peak on a Hulk? 25 or 30? Jesus Christ! You know what? If we knew that, if we knew that,
it's ever evolving, and it'll continue to go up.
Yeah, I got one quick thing on this this Rolex. This is considered a root beer or just a regular GMT?
oh, that's a root beer. It's the solid
Yeah.
gold root beer.
Do you guys know that comedian Louis C.K., the one that got in trouble a while ago?
Yeah.
Yes, with the jizzing into the plants. Got
So
it.
he has this great story where, like, right before he got in trouble for all of that, like, sex stuff, he bought this exact watch. And he got in trouble and he lost a bunch of money. I think he said he lost something like $12 million in, like, sponsors and stuff like that.
Holy cow!
And so he said the first thing he had to do was he had to sell this watch. And he says, nobody sells a gold watch because they want to. It's because they have to. And he was saying, like, it was the hardest thing he had to do selling this watch.
Who was that comedian? What's his name?
Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K.
Louis
got-
C.K.
Yes.
He wears a pre-ceramic Submariner, like a sub date. And Chris Rock gave it to him as a gift.
As a gift. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And on the back of it, it says, because he wrote on a show for Chris Rock. It's on that Jerry Seinfeld show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Have you guys seen it? He gave it to him because Louis wrote on a show for Chris Rock, and on the back of it, it's an engraving, and I think it says "Thanks, you funny mother effer" or something like that. Yeah,
Wow.
It's kind of interesting.
yeah,
There
but
we
this
go. Got another
this is funny. Yeah, go on.
Another super chat here. We got Brian Christopher 69.69. Is rose gold ever rose going to be timeless? I considered that. Thanks. Look, I got to be honest with you. I think all the golds, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, I reckon they're all going to be in and out of fashion. They'll come in, they'll go out. Come in, go out. I don't think they'll ever be bad. Solid gold is always cool. Traditionally, rose gold, you look at vintage Rolexes, they didn't make a lot of the rose gold pieces. They're worth a fortune, okay? That's probably not the case now because rose gold seems to be more popular than yellow. I don't think there's any mistake. White gold, yellow gold, rose gold, they're all
I think you just
amazing.
pick the one you like. Just
Good
pick
point,
the one you
Doc.
like.
Good point there. So I think they will go out a bit, but they'll always come back in. It's always
I just
cyclical.
see in that question inherently the idea that the yellow gold is the real gold. So I don't know if that's why he's asking.
Brian Christopher, $20. The great thing about the Ever Rose Root Beer 2 is that it is only 16% grey market premium to retail. Others are so much more 50% plus grey market premiums. Look, I got to be honest with you. When you have $50,000, by the way, thank you for sending me that thing in the private chat, guys. There, the Daytona. We were talking about the Daytona with the silver dial. We're talking about, of course, I had a mental block there. It's the white gold
Oyster
Daytona.
Flex. He's
The
talking
Oyster
about the
Flex.
Oyster.
The
Yes.
Oyster Flex.
Sod.
Hello,
Yes.
BBW. Hello.
The Oyster Flex. Just bring that up there now. I got to be honest with you. If I love the Oyster Flex, but for that money, I reckon I'd go root beer because you've got that beautiful bracelet. To me, Rolex Solid Gold is also the bracelet. The bracelet. That's like you look at a president. I see people who buy presidents and they're on like a leather strap, and I think, oh, it's almost. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
The thing about Rolex with Patek, it's not so much. Like Patek has so many models that are on leather straps. Okay, that's just how Patek is. With Rolex, the bracelet is a big part of the watch. And in my opinion, I mean, I do make exceptions. I love the white gold Yachtmaster, the white gold Yachtmaster. That is absolutely stunning, the 42. It's on rubber. But I got to be honest with you. If you've got a chance to have $50,000 to spend on a watch, shit, you must be doing something right. I don't know how you have a windfall
gold.
like that. That's an amazing story. I'd get the bracelet. You got to get a Rolex Solid Gold on a bracelet. How could that ever let you down? That's just a beautiful thing to have. And that rose gold in precious, I mean, 50,000, You can buy. That's an amazing achievement for a man to get $50,000 on a watch. That's a statement watch, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't
Clearly.
imagine spending 50,000 on a watch. That's insane.
Well, I mean, I couldn't imagine spending 50,000 on a car.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
There you go. Foot in mouth.
you
there
know
we go.
that's the reality. It's a
Yeah.
lot of money. How much?
It's a lot
Your
of
car was 60, wasn't it?
Yeah, about 60.
So, I mean, look, would you rather? Well, I suppose the car is a lot of fun. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
The car is a
fun.
lot of fun. Okay,
But-
the car.
But it does bring you into reality. If you're willing to spend it on a car,
You
which
could spend it
loses
on
money,
yeah,
you could easily spend it on a watch, which might make you some money.
That's true. That's true.
Look, I tell you what,
Hey,
I
he's not
think the
wrong.
sweet spot is. Look at
Dude,
this.
yeah. That one
got-
you used to have, Arch. Yellow gold
Well,
sub.
I'd even say go for the ceramic one. Here's a ceramic one. Look at this. That's under 40. I reckon that could be a good sweet spot. If you really want yellow, that'd be a great one to go for. And guess what? So you'd have a Sea Dweller, a yellow gold sub, and you would have your Sky Dweller. Guess what we need to add? We need to add another piece. So why couldn't we add an Explorer 2 there? What do you think with the change?
If you could only get one straight up, though, which would you get, Arch? The sub or the GMT in solid gold?
I'd get the GMT. It's beautiful. I love that rose. Personally, I love the rose gold. I think it looks amazing.
I was thinking of tossing in an Explorer 1, actually.
Polar
Ah,
opposites.
Good
Yeah.
idea. I got to tell you, I reckon that rose gold looks absolutely amazing. And the best thing about it is, some people don't know it's gold. Like, it's a little bit more subtle. That can't be gold. It's red. You know what I mean? Brian, Christopher, what a lot of support. He's given us so much support.
Yeah, thanks for the
Thanks,
support
guys.
today, Brian.
Thanks, Archie, and guys. Great. Such great advice. I got to tell you, man, seriously, a solid gold root beer. It's
Man.
incredible watch.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing about a root beer. You have to see it in person. It looks, I mean, it doesn't photograph well. I mean, it doesn't photograph worth justice to the watch. You need to see it in person.
See, the only other thing you could possibly go for, look at this, the meteorite dials. Look at the meteorite dial, white gold. That's $70,000. You can't tell me
Yeah.
that is worth 70,000. Now the thing is, okay, we could go for Pepsi. Pepsi. Look at this. The other option is, you tell me. What do you think? White gold Pepsi. Look at this. Similar money. 47,000. Look at that blue dial Pepsi.
Jesus. Yeah.
Would you prefer to have the Pepsi? I would still go rose gold root beer. Ever rose root beer. I'm sorry. What do you reckon? Guys, tell me. I want to hear this.
Well,
I-
I'll say the meteorite dial, it's easy to mistake that for
70.
a silver dial.
Yeah.
I saw someone sitting next to me on a plane in first class, and I just assumed he had a meteorite. He had a Yachtmaster silver dial.
What do you think if you had a choice between the solid gold root beer or a solid gold Pepsi? Which one would you go for?
Man.
I'd go the rose gold. I want the rose gold. The rose gold is amazing.
You like the rose gold better than the yellow gold,
Yes.
Because it's more reserved? Or you just
Look-
like the color?
No. What I'm saying is certain combinations work well. I think in the Submariner, the blue and the yellow gold, that is a winner combination.
That's a knockout.
Yeah.
But when you're putting a black dial with black bezel, I reckon the rose gold, I don't know what it is. It just
Just pops.
absolutely. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And I love the brown, like
brown
it's
too.
they call it a root beer, but it's only got that little bit of brown and the rose. Man, that is amazing.
Off-topic question here, Arch. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you
Sure.
pay for that pre-ceramic gold sub? What did you pay at the time for it?
Oh, look, prices were so
Yeah, it's
cheap.
different, but
They were so cheap at the time. Look, I bought it. It needed a polish and a service, right? So I got a box for it, so I spent a bit of money on it. I think all up, it ended up costing me about 16,000 Australian.
God, dude. Oh my God. That's amazing.
That's see, I got it done because I got contacts and
Yeah, of
I got
course. I couldn't get that. Yeah.
I got it polished by Vintage Watch Co. And I got.
I
the
think they go
movement
for about
service.
30 American now.
It didn't have papers. It
Yeah.
didn't have papers. Okay, so, but you know what?
Wazzy. I'm gonna do the conversion right now.
It was nothing. Okay,
It's a little over 10.
Like
Well, the
almost
thing is
12.
this. Let me tell you this. It gets sweeter. I sold Lolex. I sold
Yeah,
the five.
please.
I sold the 5107
Okay.
with the Monte Grappa pen. Okay,
Okay.
and I got 20 US. I think 20 US. Was it 20 US? I'm just trying to remember what I got for it. I think it was. It turned out to be 25 Australian or Sing, 25 Sing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought the yellow gold sub for it cost me 16, plus I bought a tribute to 1931 for 6 Aussie. That's like 4 US.
Yeah.
It was minty, 1 year old. Box papers, full set. And look, the thing is, you got to remember this. I sold the World Time, and I put it. Sorry, I sold the yellow gold sub. Okay, so you got to remember this. I sold the yellow gold sub, put another 1,000 in. What did I get? And got the World Time.
I mean, that's kind of
So
your
what's the-
version of a grail, right? That's the one you've always wanted.
Yeah, so
So
what's the World Time
You know-
worth? What's the yellow gold World Time worth? Now, see.
what are they worth now? I wouldn't know.
That's how you could. So the sub's gone up, but the
Mhm.
the 5110. Look, that's a hard watch to.
Yeah.
It's kind of. But I didn't do it for the money.
And you said you didn't really like the gold sub, right? You said you didn't like it.
I did. I loved it. I loved it.
There you go.
No. But what I mean is, I didn't feel comfortable wearing it. I was always conscious of it.
Except when you were
Like,
driving.
I put-
except when you
like,
were
what I
driving
mean
down
is-
the highway with your middle finger out the window, giving drivers the bird, right?
Look.
Yeah.
The
and
thing is, I
swimming
wear
in
the steel.
swingers.
That was such a
I wear
funny
the
video.
steel sub any day. Any day I put the steel sub on.
Of course,
don't
you go
even-
with the steel. It's better every day, but yeah,
steel
that's
is so much better.
yeah.
And it basically, I'll be honest with you, any of those solid gold watches, they're dress watches. They're not. You're not going to be.
yeah.
I'm
The
sorry,
bluesy
that's
is the bluesy is just as good in my eyes.
So you're not going to do any scuba diving in your gold sub? No?
That's a hard one, Tommy, we got Tommy on. Our man Tommy. How are you,
Tommy's
now,
up, man.
Tommy?
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, you're not a stalker, are you?
I promise I'm not.
JJ says to me, "Be careful with that Tommy guy. He's a stalker.
How many times do I gotta say no?
Don't give him too much stuff. He'll hound you." That's what he says.
How did
He's
these rumors
abandoned
get
me.
started, though?
JJ's abandoned me. He's
I've never gotten
abandoned me.
creepy vibes from Tommy on the WhatsApp.
I'm not even sure why JJ would think that. I don't know what I did.
Maybe I'm thinking maybe he's trying to stop me getting Tim's leads. Tommy's getting leads. I'm looking for leads. You know that? I'm looking for some leads. The leads are weak. You're weak.
You love that movie.
I love that movie. Here we go. Speedy Hernandez, $2. Wouldn't spend $50,000 on a car. You must drive a Scheider. You betcha. My Honda Civic has got 207,000 kilometers. And no headwork, no nothing. You know what I mean? That's a good car. And no turbo. Doc,
Yes, sir.
I think it's the lack of turbo, not CVT transmission. All this shit is what makes a car unreliable. If you have very simple 4-speed
absolutely.
transmission, Just simple. That's
You can
gonna make
destroy
it.
your turbo so easily without even knowing it. Bam, it's destroyed.
I don't understand with these BMWs. Does anyone buy a BMW and say, "Look, you know what? Let's just take the turbo off to start with"? Would it still work or
Well,
not?
I've heard that if you change the oil incorrectly, it will
Yes.
destroy your turbo.
Can you take the turbo, decommission the turbo, just say, "I don't want the turbo. Let's take it off."
I think
No.
you can.
The compressions on force induction engine is different, and the tuning is also totally different. So your car won't go without turbo. It will be like an NA car, but without turbo. So the compressions are very low on the turbo cars, so it won't work.
I think on the older cars you could disconnect the turbo, but your performance is
Yeah.
going to suck.
Yes.
Which may be what Saad was saying in a fancy way, more technical.
No, he said it won't
explanation.
go. He said it just simply won't go because of the ECU.
Oh,
and
it
the
won't even go
compression.
at all. On the
Yeah,
older
that's
ones,
what-
it'll go, but
Yeah, but the older ones, the
not
turbo
gonna
was
be
an
smooth at
add-on.
all.
The turbo was an add-on, so you
Yes.
could simply.
it was
And
an add-on. But if you disconnected the turbo, though, from
What Saad's saying is it's more integrated. It's completely
Now,
integrated
yes.
with it. So the answer is no, you can't take it off.
I had a
It
neighbor
won't
with
go.
a 90s, I forget what it was, a 90 something turbo, and he disconnected the turbo. It ran like crap. I mean, it'll run, but it was terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
It's better
Good to have
just
you
to-
on, Saad. It's great to
natural
see you
aspiration.
today. How are you going, man?
I just woke up, got late today.
You just
No
woke up and
worries.
what happened?
I got late. I normally wake up at 4 in the morning. I start my day at that time.
What time
Oh,
is
you
it
said
now?
you said late. I thought you said something else actually.
Oh, no,
I thought
no,
it had
not that.
an enjoyable
He's not that
experience
lucky.
that men
He's a-
look
he's
forward
a-
to.
Tell me this, Saad. What time is it in Pakistan now?
It's 6:25 a.m. right now.
Shit!
That's
It's so
commitment.
early.
You know,
Yeah, I
some
wake
people
up
do
early.
wake
early?
up though and get that experience. Some people are fortunate
What time
enough
do you go
they
to bed
wake-
at
they
night,
wake up.
Saad?
Maybe different at different days, but 10 to 11 p.m. around that time.
Yeah.
And, hey,
I
Arch,
see.
I think we missed Roy B's comment.
Roy
It's
B.
a couple,
Okay, thank you.
a few super chats up.
Roy B. Here we go. Roy B. $5. AD said meteorite, GMT, or New Kermit around Christmas. Which one? You know what?
God, I go or meteorite, man.
Well,
Really?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
those are two totally different price points, though, right? You're
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about precious
Exactly.
metal versus
I'm
steel.
thinking my wallet. I'd go for Kermit.
Oh well, I figured the fact that he's bringing it up as a question mark means he can afford to go either way.
That's true.
And if he can afford to go either way, I mean, you know, the meteorite is like buying
The
a
meteorite's
unicorn.
worth big money. It's worth
Yeah,
big
it's
money.
like buying a unicorn.
Okay.
Like, oh, I'll buy it.
Oh, there you go.
Let's ask this question. Which one has got bigger profit in it? It'll definitely be the meteorite dial.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
However, which one would be... Look, Americans spend far more than they have. Safely.
Only some of
Kermit-
us. Only some of us.
So do Australians.
Some of us follow Dave Ramsey's plan.
Towards one person eating more right now. One
Yeah, you're one to
specific
talk, Arch.
person
Come on.
Eating
Heloc,
popcorn.
heloc.
By the way, guys, I've actually decided to sell some of my wife's watches off. I will be selling
Does she
them
know
off
about
soon.
it?
He hasn't told her yet. He hasn't told her yet. But
Not- soon. But
That's
I'm going to
hilarious.
be selling off some of the Amiga constellations.
Yeah. She only really needs a Rolex, right, Arch?
Rolex,
never
you've got
miss
cut.
it.
Yeah, I'm
Cartier.
gonna be
Keeping the
selling a
Benoit?
few off. Nah, we'll keep that, but I'm gonna do a video on it. But I've got to tell you, in all honesty, what a cool position to be in, to have $50,000 to spend. Man, what a fucking amazing experience.
and the relationship with the AD that's going to get it for you by Christmas.
I mean, I got to be honest with you, $50,000. Is that a lot of money? I mean, I know they're printing money like no tomorrow, but tell me, I want to ask you guys, like in my country, 20,000's a lot of money. Okay, 20,000 Aussie, what's that? 15 US. Birmingham, what is a lot of money?
Yeah, 50,000's on
What
a
is a good
watch.
salary?
50,000's a lot.
Birmingham, what is a
shitload.
good salary? Well, like,
All depends on where you live.
where you live.
Yeah.
But,
All depends on where you live.
okay, like what's
$100,000. $100,000 is good for most of the country.
Yeah.
If you live where Lolex lives, though, that's probably less than the average household income, I would guess. Lolex.
I'm not in San Francisco. I'm like outside of LA.
Yeah. No, I'm saying where you
Same
live,
thing,
though.
baby.
Your
Oh,
area.
Miss-
Yeah.
You're
It
just
depends
missing
also your age,
you're missing the feces on the street by being in LA. That's all. Otherwise,
Well,
it's the
in
same
down
place.
in like central LA, yeah, downtown for sure, but outside of LA, man, it depends. Do you have a family? Are you by yourself? Like it's all relative. How old are you? It's all relative.
I got a sad. Sorry, Tommy. Tommy, which part of America are you from?
New Jersey.
Is 100,000 a good salary, or what's that? That's a lot of
Salary,
money.
I mean, that's decent
Middle
for
class.
people my age. When you're older, no.
I thought 50,000 was a decent salary. No,
50?
No.
That's
What?
that's starting out of college. You can get.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
50
Yeah,
you could
do
US.
better
That's
than
70. That's 70 Aussie.
Starting
That's a
out
lot
of
of-
50,
That's
50
pretty
is
low
probably
for
pretty
college.
close to average.
what you're
50.
making out of college, yeah, is around 50, 55.
The problem is half of America is poor, so
Yeah.
you know.
But that's why, I mean, 50
Okay.
is probably considered average.
I mean,
the
to have
average
$50,000
or
to
median.
spend, you normally wouldn't be earning 50,000 a year. You'd probably be earning
150.
yeah,
Probably more than
wouldn't you?
that.
Not to have 50,000 to spend. That's like
Yeah, you
no
forfeit.
way. You're not gonna spend a third of your yearly
But
income
for-
on like a single piece.
Oh,
Ah.
But don't forget too, Birmingham. We haven't remembered the good IRS man. If you earn 150, it's not yours to spend. You got to
Yeah.
give Uncle Sam 50
That's a
of
good
it.
point.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. To spend
What's the
50,000 on a
450?
single piece.
That's
We
Exactly.
don't know how
That's-
we don't know how old this gentleman is either. I mean, maybe
But I mean, do you see that? Like, is 20,000 a lot to spend on a piece? $20,000 is that a lot
For
of
an
money?
average person.
For most people, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
for
say
me. Yeah.
for the average banker, when you spend 20 or 30, they think you're insane. That should
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you something.
What did she bring you, Arch? What did she bring you?
Coffee
A latte?
and some diet supplements here. Some diet
Dude, I'm gonna make a coffee right now that looks so
diet
good.
supplements.
Archie, geez.
You gotta bring it up full screen. You gotta bring it up full
Your wife
screen
a
so we can
cook?
really appreciate your.
Look at that.
Yeah, they're just some eggs there, guys.
She's
Not
she's
bad.
punctual with it though.
Yeah, there we go.
God
There you go.
damn, Arch.
Looks good.
I could see why you were screaming at Marcelo. Like, you should be living like this.
Exactly.
Come
What's
on.
happened to him? What's happened to him?
I don't
Just
know.
A few
I-
Birkins, and now the wife is just like, bring you breakfast.
God damn, that actually looks really good, Arch.
Oh,
the
man.
yolk just spilling down.
Soft.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm gonna need skinny pop over here, like an animal.
just don't get any undershirt, Arch.
I know, right?
No,
Some yolk stains.
this is the beautiful seed bread too. You know, the seed bread.
Let me ask you something, Arch, because you've bought so many watches at this point. What's too much money for you to spend on a watch? What's like a lot of money to
Well,
spend?
You got to remember, the most I've ever spent is 22.5 Aussie.
Was that on a pattern?
That's the world time.
Oh,
Was
Beautiful.
that involving a trade? I don't remember.
That's when I sold the yellow gold sub. So about 25,000, I think, you'd say. Because I serviced it. So $25,000. I think myself, 10,000's a lot of money.
yeah, that's my
15,000 is a lot of money. I'm talking Aussie as well. It's 30% less than what you guys think.
My cap is 10. That's where I start to sweat. Even more, I got to be on anything over 5. I start to really reassess. It's a lot of money.
For sure.
Yeah.
Before I found the Pontiff, I would have considered $1,000 insane. and
That's true.
and now I've spent 30,000 on a couple watches.
Dang.
Let me say this, guys.
Man.
You're quite,
Funny thing
you're quite the salesman, Arch.
In 2009, so I bought my Paddock for $12,000 $12,250 US. That was the 5107. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
That watch now, okay, so now a 5127, I pay, they're probably worth about low 25,000. So it's kind of doubled in just over 10 years. So the funny thing is, some things from 2009 are the same price as 2009. But other things, like the watch has doubled, houses have actually doubled. Yes, houses have actually gone up massively. But if I go to McDonald's or if I buy a burger or something, it hasn't really gone up double. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
kind of fucks with your sense of reality. You know what I mean?
But you know why the burgers are the same price, right?
They're using
that?
alternate.
That's right. They're using.
They're not called chicken nuggets anymore. They're just called nuggets because
It's true. It's not.
they
It's
don't,
not
they don't
chicken.
contain enough chicken.
Yeah.
And the burgers aren't pure beef. They have a different kind of slime now.
The price of like actual beef, like from the butcher, has gone up quite a bit
Yeah.
Exactly.
over that period of time.
Good point.
But the burgers haven't.
Yeah.
That's a little scary, Doc.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I'm a vegetarian, so I can talk about those things and not freak myself out.
So you've had the Impossible Burger and
Oh, it's so
Those are
good. The
good.
Burger King?
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
man,
what?
Good.
I'm afraid
is-
of it. Like
That's not a good burger.
I like.
It's like it's got some genetic engineering principles in it to make it like bleed and stuff.
yeah, that's why I'm worried about it.
I wouldn't eat that.
Is it
I
going to
would
change?
eat
Is it
that.
going to change my DNA, Doc? Or
I mean, I don't know if it has any of the RMA component type stuff in it, but it's
What
just
burger's this?
Beyond
impossible.
Burgers.
The Impossible
Impossible
Burger.
Burgers. Yeah.
Who
Impossible.
sells
burger.
this?
It's
They-
a vegetarian burger from Burger King.
It's made by pea protein. That's what it's made.
But
of.
it's got some artificial heme products in it to make it bleed like a burger.
I see.
They taste good. That's for
I had
sure.
one once because I was
Hungry.
well, not just that. I was hanging out with some buddies, and I went to Stanford for a football game, and I didn't know until I actually started eating it what it was. I thought it was just a standard veggie burger. I didn't know it was an Impossible Burger, because I didn't know they were selling Impossible Burgers at a burger stand. I thought that was just something you could go buy at the grocers, but
Oh, I see.
That makes sense.
So I said, man, this is incredible. But I will agree that it seemed more like a beef burger, probably.
I want to ask you guys something. We've got a bit of a panel here. We've got Doc on here, okay?
Conspiracy
You got
questions?
Saad?
Ready to go.
Okay, wait, look, this is a conspiracy thing, okay? Why can't they get, say, a BMW 3 Series? Right, now listen to me.
no, beef talk is like toxic.
Okay.
Car talk's
get
a
a-
little better.
We get a BMW 3 Series, right? And what we do is we take off the plastic water pump, the electronic plastic pump, and we put a metal one on. And instead of some key plastic parts, like where the timing chain has a guide, a plastic guide, we put a metal one on. Why can't somebody offer an add-on to, say, a BMW where you can have it where it lasts a lot longer? Some key components are beefed up with metal instead of plastic.
I'll go
Why
last.
can't they
because-
do that?
I'll go last because Scotty Kilmer talked about this, so I'll go last.
Okay.
Oh, I like that guy.
Ooh.
Saad.
Well, they don't care about durability anymore. All they care about is cost of materials, and they think that these plastic water pumps and these timing chains and stuffs,
Yeah.
all the things they are doing are something more for as a total cost of the vehicle goes really up when you use those kind of materials. However, I still don't understand why BMW, Mercedes, they have not learned from the past that they have terrible reliability issues, but they don't make their cars for the second-hand market. All they want is to have it run for first 3 years, and then after that they don't care. And the
Yeah, but
target market is always, these CEOs and
executives.
managers of
But these
companies.
CEOs, when they come to trade their car in, they get absolutely low prices because people are scared of buying them because they realize these things are unreliable pieces of shit.
CEOs
Actually,
don't.
it
But
is
don't
like
mo-
a Patek Philippe watch, Calatrava.
Yeah.
You don't care about the market resale value of Calatrava. Otherwise, your Rolex Submariner has done really well in the second-hand market, whereas in the Calatrava, it's not gone too up. So it's
Sure.
a different target market for them.
CEOs don't care about the money.
Well, they make more on their bonuses if they're able to hit certain stock prices.
Okay, but the thing is this:
Yeah,
if you
for sure.
continually look, I tell you somebody who was the pioneer of cost cutting. It was General Motors.
Yeah, and didn't General
General
Motors
Motors-
start? Didn't General Motors start the Saturn? Wasn't Saturn a GM?
Yes, it was. That was the Saturn.
That's-
Was supposed to be no price haggling. It was supposed
Yeah.
to be It was supposed to be a quality car.
I think it was supposed to compete with the Japanese market vehicles.
What General Motors did was they continually looked at how can we make it cheaper? Can we use, instead of a plastic clip, can we use a cheaper clip, a foam clip or something like that, right? And eventually the cars were pieces of fucking shit. The Cinnamon, right? Absolute pieces.
Well, that's the Cadillac version of a Cavalier, I think.
Yes, correct. The
And
J
on
body.
on these German cars, it's not just they are having cutting cost, and stuff. And on some of their engines, they are using 2 timing chains instead of 1, just to have much more durability. Still, they have design issues. I believe, they don't have good engineers. I might sound weird, but the engineers that they have, they have radiator issues all the time in their cars, transmission issues. What not? The fiber optic cables on these S classes, they have malfunctions all the time. So maybe it's their cars are not simple. They put on all of the stuff which haven't materialized, properly, and they just throw these all the options on these cars, and
In the old
you get
days, a
faults.
timing belt was called a timing chain because it was a chain, it was metal.
Well, they're still metal, but they have plastic guides to keep it in place.
They're not even all metal. That's why they're called timing belts now.
Tell me this. Saad, you've had a lot of luxury supercars. What's the least reliable luxury car, in your opinion, at the moment?
I think the S class, all of them, whether it is W140, 220, 221, 222, maybe the latest 223, and I have heard that 223 has been recalled due to some power steering issues. Yes, the latest
But
S class.
Is that worse than a 7 Series BMW?
I've never had BMW, so I'm not sure about that. But
Do you
I
want to hear a synopsis of what Kilmer says about the BMW then?
The ego
So, well, hold on.
$2. I engineered the drama. Thank you. Thank you.
So I do have a question though. Some vehicles, there seems to be a market that for aftermarket parts, right? As things break, you can get sometimes like an OEM part,
Yes.
and then there are companies that are making higher quality parts for more expensive for people that demand performance. And so I haven't looked specifically at like BMW, but I know that I've had some vehicles where sometimes it makes sense to opt for the more expensive aftermarket.
You can get basically a race version of
Yeah.
whatever the part.
Yeah,
But-
or four-wheel drive companies.
I've
There's
got to tell you, I think the big problem is there, some of these engines are defying physics. Like General Motors had that 4-cylinder, in the Ram, the 4-cylinder Ram turbo engine.
yeah.
What's that like?
It's a turbo in the
It just-
first place.
Yeah, people.
The thing is, even Honda's doing the same thing. Like Honda, they had a 2.4-liter engine. That's what I had in an Accord before. They've now replaced that engine with a 1.5-liter turbo.
Yeah, because of fuel efficiency standards is the problem.
Exactly.
So this
but
is government
the problem-
regulations
What's
that's
the
forcing this.
longevity of a 1.5 liter turbo compared to a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated motor?
Well, politicians just care about the next election cycle. So
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't understand is they say this. People don't care about Saad. You said people don't care about the Benz is the CEO guy, right?
Yes.
He wants to keep it for 3 to 5 years, then piss it off. But you look at Mercedes, why they had so many sales. Remember the W123s?
Yes, the old E-Class.
They were considered legendary. People still in the Middle East, yes, W123. That was a 70s E-Class.
Yes.
And didn't have much electronics in it. It had maybe fuel injection was it, and electric windows. That's about the only electronics that was in them. And they had a huge. They did so much good for Mercedes' reputation. And then they blow it with the actually the W140. That's the start of the decline because they had the biodegradable wiring loom in those. You remember that, Saad?
And also artificial wood in the interior.
Yes.
They no more started using the real wood from W140 onwards.
Well, that's what Kilmer was pointing out. It's more than just the engine where you have your plastics. He said there's even plastic in the transmission, but I can't figure that out.
No, well, some of the cogs are plastic cogs.
What? That makes no sense.
And often these transmissions are sealed for life.
How could you make the cogs plastic? They're going to disintegrate.
Well, they say it lasts the life that the transmission should last.
And the life of transmission is no more than 100,000 miles. So that this is why you don't change oil on these transmissions also, because the transmission goes before you change the oil.
Wow.
And the you can't even. They don't even have holes. It's hard to change it because a lot of people do like to change that.
Wow.
You know BMW. You're such a big BMW fan, Doc. They don't even have a manual dipstick anymore.
I'm not talking your BMWs. I have an E46. That's where I'd stop and draw the line.
I have an F30.
You got an F30. Who's that?
That's me.
Tommy.
It's 3 Series. Yeah.
What engine have you got?
Honestly, I have no idea. My dad bought it for me when I was in high school. I don't know anything about BMW.
It's a 3 what? 3 what? Give me the number.
I could look outside. I think it's just a
320,
330i.
328.
Let me go look.
He's not a car guy. He doesn't know what's on the car.
It's in the back. I want to go outside.
Yeah, please do that, Tommy. I want to know the model and also the mileage, because I'll tell you what's about to break on it.
Well, Scotty Kilmer talks about it's more than just the engine and transmission as well. Your wiring.
Do you remember that guy, that delusional
apart.
fantasist I had on my show?
Which one? You've had a few, Arch.
I know, you got to be more specific.
Perf Luxury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He had the most unreliable car in the world, the BMW Mini.
Did he ever show it though?
Ooh.
It says 330i Arch.
Oh, okay. So you know what? What year is it? It's probably about 2014, I'd say.
I thought it was a little later than that. Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to ask my dad.
It's an F30.
They moved over to the 328i sometime around 16 or 17.
Yeah, the F
I thought it was
out.
17.
Yeah, he probably has a 16 or 17 330i.
Okay.
There we go.
The BMW F30
it's 40,000
330i
miles.
replaced the 328i from 2016 to 19.
There you go.
Only has 40,000 miles on it. He's good.
But I just ordered a Tesla Model Y because.
Sorry, what's that?
Oh yeah, Tommy got a Tesla. I forgot about that.
When did you get a Tesla?
I ordered
Recently.
it. It's going to come in 6 months.
You got the Y.
Yeah, the Y.
So cool.
Actually, you got the B48 engine. Actually, that engine's not that bad. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I was hoping to scare you when you said you had an F30. I was about to just the B48. Yeah, okay. That's not as bad as the B52.
Cool.
Right. But he's getting a Model Y, Arch.
It replaced the N20.
The B-52 is one of the most incredible airplanes ever made.
Very
Arch said he was
interesting
hoping
indeed
to
there.
scare me.
Yeah, so what sort of Tesla have you got? A Model 3, is it?
I
Why?
don't have any. We don't have any Tesla. We're ordering the Model Y.
I dropped the link in the private chat, Arch.
Thank you. Thank you so much there. Oh, that's his Tesla Model Y. Let me have a look at this thing.
You're married?
No.
Holy
I'm 22.
shit. So what's that? That's going to take over from the Model
Sick.
3, is it?
No,
Yeah, it's just a bigger
What is
Model
that?
3.
it's
a bigger
the
model.
budget version of the Model X. You remember
Yeah.
the car that with the doors, the Gulf wing doors?
Oh, it's like the baby SUV.
Yeah, it's like
It's kind
34
of.
Holy shit.
It's a
that's
Model X, but with
beautiful.
regular doors. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's also the one without a grill, because apparently if you get the grill, you got to pay
Yes.
more for the grill.
Yeah.
What? What? Say that again?
If you get a Tesla that has a grill, you got to
Yeah.
spend more money on the grill.
Okay,
It costs
but-
like another 10 or 20,000 to get a grill.
It's an electric car. It doesn't need a grill, though.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
there's-
need
why
a
would you
grill,
buy
So-
so it's just nothing. It's just
Can you
nothing
paint
but
a grill on? Can you go to a wrecking yard and get a grill? Just
Teslas
retrofit
are-
a grill?
They're too new. You can't go buy parts for these.
I don't think it's going to look right with a.
That looks amazing. I
Aftermarket
reckon that's
grill.
an amazing car. That's
I
an
got the
amazing
white
car.
interior and I got the induction wheels, like $2,000 extra for the wheels, but they're
Well,
black.
why did you
Looks
go for the
better.
white interior? You know what's wrong with the white interior?
I know
don't you?
dirt. I know dirt, but
It's gonna
I'm not-
stain.
Do you ever wear jeans, Tommy?
I do sometimes. I know about the blue, but I'm gonna get it ceramic treated before.
Okay.
Well,
How much
there's
is that
there's a
costing?
mixed bag on reliability with Teslas. That's the thing that's interesting.
I
with
think
Teslas.
it was
Yeah.
56,990 plus 1,200.
What do you do for a job, Tommy?
I really don't work. I'm in college.
It's America.
He stalks, don't you?
He
According to
stalks
JJ,
victims and then
I
he ends
stalk
up.
for money.
Yes. I see. That's okay.
He stocks for Bitcoin.
Here we go.
No,
Yankee
never
Doodle,
crypto.
$5. My Volkswagen Touareg TDI developed a sunroof leak.
Ugh.
It's very aggravating. The car cost me $55,000 brand new.
That's what I'm saying. Cars are
Jesus.
like, my car isn't that expensive in compared to like a lot of other stuff on the market. Like Volkswagen makes a $60,000 car. These Teslas go way up in price.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
crazy
But
now.
how it's
Yeah.
expensive is if you look at your carrying capacity per dollar, it's actually very, very expensive, your car. It's the carrying
No one
capacity.
cares.
Yeah, who cares?
No one cares.
People can look at me from the sidewalk as I drive off.
No one cares about carrying capacity. I understand it's true, but no one really cares. Well, you know who cares actually is the guy who's got a wife and a kid. Can't get
Yeah,
a Cayman
boo.
anymore.
That's a good point.
Can't get a
Boo.
Cayman.
Yes, carrying capacity. I gotta tell you guys are winners. How do you afford cars like this? This is amazing. So you're going to get rid of the BMW, is that right?
Either that or give it to my sister. I got
Did you
it.
like it? Did you enjoy the
yeah, no,
BMW?
it's cool. I understand about the plastic parts. I didn't know that when I got it. I don't know anything about that. I know that's
Well,
not
the
good.
reality is all the other ones you would have got. You know what you should have got was a Lexus.
They're so reliable. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I've been talking
They're
to
boring.
Red ML. He's right.
What is
What
your
made you
dad
jump
do?
on a Tesla if you're not a car guy?
The fact that it's electric.
What does your dad do, Tommy?
Well, he's done everything from medical device sales to owning a bunch of stocks. You know, he's in finance for a while too. He's retired.
Medical
now.
device sales is big money.
He's retired now.
And
so is my mom.
what watches do you have, Tommy?
Just a Rolex. I bought it myself with no help
What
at
model?
the AD. 126710 BLNR. That's the Batgirl. Got it month before Marco. I'm proud on my own. I was happy.
Oh. God. Tommy, did you get a gray or did you buy it brand new?
No, brand new. I got it right from the AD. Never, I should pay over retail.
His
Of course I
family's
would.
connected.
But I got lucky.
I was gonna say, did you buy anything ahead of time or you?
No, I spent $300 before that on a wallet, on a Christmas ornament, and a pen, a Mont Blanc.
Good Lord, Tommy.
I got lucky. It was at a family-owned jeweler place. It was once in a lifetime. You know, they told me this was like everything lined up. There was no help from anything, nothing from my family. It was just luck.
When he says family-owned jeweler, his family owns
Yeah.
the jeweler.
My family
So it's-
technically owns the jewelry.
Has his family crest on the dial.
Oh my God.
The Rolex.
Tommy's last name is Rolex. He's not even telling us.
Honestly, Arch really helped me out, because I didn't know anything about this. I thought I could just order anything, get it. I didn't know, but watching the show really helped out. So I appreciate it.
It's very intimidating buying your first Rolex because a lot of people don't know this shit,
It was really scary, for sure.
What it also meant was when it was offered, you knew it was an offer you couldn't refuse.
I had to get it right then and there. Well, actually, they gave me a couple days because I told them I wasn't around. It took 2 days to get it, but they waited for me. It was great. And I bought it right there, and I'm happy I did.
Never go against the family.
Yeah, that's the only watch I have, Arch. First watch I ever had.
Amazing story. I got to tell you guys.
That beats all the first cars.
No, for sure.
Definitely.
Better
Tommy.
than my Mustang.
I got to tell you, man, that's a great... So you're just a one-and-done sort of guy.
Right now, for sure. I mean, I love Paddocks. I love your Paddock, the 5110J. I think that's amazing.
Yes.
I know the size, but it still looks great. But I'm in no position to get that anytime soon. So right now, one-watch guy.
So what are you studying at college?
I'm a political science major, but I'm going to go to MBA. I'm going to get my MBA after.
You're supposed to say forensics. You're supposed to say forensics. Forensics. Which state are you in?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. New Jersey. Okay.
Yep, right below New York.
Yeah, no. New Jersey. Gotcha. You're next to Tony. Tony lives there, doesn't he?
I don't know who Tony is. I know that guy Drew lives in New Jersey somewhere.
Yeah.
It's talking about Tony Soprano, Tom.
Oh. Yeah, that was in New Jersey, right? Good show.
Yeah. So that's you got high property taxes in New Jersey.
Very high. Very high.
Yeah.
I don't own a house, obviously, but it is very high.
Yeah. I got to tell you, congratulations on the Rolex, man. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I got to say, with these cars, how many years do you seriously think a car should last? Let's start with Tommy. How many years do you think a car should last? In your opinion. I want to hear your opinion.
No, just my opinion. I would say you should keep a new car for 10 years.
I agree. I was going to say 10 years.
Okay, so Lolex, you're also a 10-year man?
Yeah, 10 years.
Birmingham, how long do you think a car lasts?
20. I'm
20?
a 20-year guy. Yeah, I drive a Toyota. My wife and I actually both have Japanese cars.
Saad,
I want to be able to drive it for a while and then sell it. And
these
get another
delusional
one.
idiots, Saad. How long does a car last, really?
20 to 25 years.
You think that long?
Yes.
Jesus.
If you have a Land Cruiser, 25-year-old car is not too old.
Yes.
30.
But an S-Class?
Oh, not more than 5 years. Not more than that. 5 years is basically you are just having leaked, financial issue going on. But 3 years is the maximum.
Depends on
Is
the
that
car.
just the S-Class or all Mercedes across the board?
I had issues with the E-Class also. Some issues are with the C-Class, but you guys don't get the small engines. We here get the C200s. So the C200s have a lot of
we
problems.
get the C200s here. We get the 200s here.
That might be the issue because my mom's ML is going on 12 years now and she's never had a problem. And we've had a few C classes too, and we put near 100,000 miles on them.
Nice.
What model ML has she got?
I couldn't tell you. It's the 350 maybe or the 5. I don't know the SUVs in Mercedes, but I know she has an ML. You've seen it, that photo. Yeah, she's had it for 12. She bought it in 2010. She got it in 2010. Yeah.
Yeah, that motor's apparently not the great. It depends on the
Done her
timing.
well.
Yeah. Doc, how long does a car last, Doc?
I've got a 1993 Porsche 968. No
Beautiful.
problems.
So
I say
so
30 years or more.
There you
A
go.
lot
It
of
depends how
lot
much
of
money you
man.
keep throwing at it, but it'll go forever if you throw enough money at it, won't it?
Well, I've just changed the oil, and I haven't even had to do the brakes yet. I don't have a whole lot of miles on it. It's still under 100,000 miles.
yeah. So a lot of Americans will put like 10 to 12,000 miles on a car per year, right? So if it
Yeah.
lasts 20 years, that would be like 200,000 miles before your engine, transmission, some of those big
Right.
repairs. I think 200,000 miles is.
Do you find, I'm finding in Australia, you don't see many 90s cars around. I don't even see many E46s around, Doc.
E46s are becoming more collectible, and they say that there's still some around, but it depends on what you mean. Like, I've got an M3; those are a little harder to find.
Yeah, they're very hard to find.
But
Um,
but yeah, E46s are usually considered pretty rugged as BMWs go.
Did your roof lining sag? That's a big problem with the E46.
I had a problem with that interior with that happening because I took my car into a mechanic and they screwed up the valve cover and it started letting smoke come into the interior and it caused it to sag. It would never have sagged had that not happened.
Holy shit. So how did he fix that up?
I took care of it.
Holy shit. It's
But it should never have happened in the first place.
yeah. Do you think they could honestly make cars instead of making all these battery cars and that there, if they just to help the environment, if they made a car that lasted 25 years?
Well, I want to see how long these battery powered cars go. I mean, obviously you're going to have to change your battery
Well, we already know. We already know. Once the warranty's finished, they're worthless.
Well, it's less moving parts, so in theory,
They should
an
last
electric
longer.
car
Did you
should
have
go
any
50
idea
years.
at what temperature lithium burns at? Just out
Well,
of
see, that's the
interest
problem.
there.
That's the problem.
It'll make gasoline look like ice water.
Well, that's
you
the problem.
understand that?
Yeah.
You have Teslas that ignite in the parking lot.
Yeah, how scary is that?
They're just sitting there and they ignite. So
Yeah.
imagine.
They've got fans that cool them down now, but
Yeah,
Oh,
but
understood.
still.
But
Yeah.
but is a car with that capacity like that gonna actually last you 30 years if it can just sit there and start and then just ignite because that's the nature of the car.
have you heard of right to repair? What do you think of right to repair?
So remind us, this is like a company like Tesla that doesn't want other people to be able to fix
Exactly.
their vehicles, and so
Exactly.
is it?
Exactly. They make it
Okay.
hard so that
Yeah,
they
No
don't
one else can
supply
fix it, yeah.
schematics. They don't supply technical data to the independent service areas.
Like an AP.
So basically,
yeah.
anyone who
It's
does
like taking your Rolex to a non.
So basically, they have to
Author-
reverse engineer repairs. Okay, the only way they can work it out is reverse engineer solutions. People, if you're an independent, the only way you can do it is reverse engineer. I mean, you get a working one and you work out how does this problem happen and how do we fix it.
Which to me means you're more likely to have even more issues.
Yeah, but apparently, and this is just what I've been reading because I've been kind of stalking the Tesla subreddits. I mean, there really isn't a lot of maintenance that goes into these cars. It's like Doc said, there's not a lot of moving parts in them.
Correct.
So they
And
seem kind of
transmissions.
reliable, but there is a lot of quality control issues with these cars, though, from what I've read.
Right. Tesla's
Oh
a
yeah, the
mixed
build
bag on
quality is terrible.
The build quality
Yeah.
is not great, but
Panel gaps.
there's people that got these cars in like 2012, the Model S's, and they're saying, "Hey, I haven't had to do any real maintenance on these cars." So, who knows?
Yeah, I want to know what happens when it gets to 20 and 30 years. That's what
Did
I
you
wonder
see
about.
Hoovy?
Yeah, the
Hoovy
batteries.
bought a Model S. Hoovy bought a Model S and it had
Did he really?
40 mile range because of battery problems. The computer shuts it down for safety.
Whoa,
Tell you
really?
what, though, if I had the money, I'd get myself the electric Porsche.
The
Oh,
Taycan.
the Taycan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've seen them in
That's-
person. It's a stunning
Can you
car.
get excited by fake? This is not a.
No, but
Doc.
a Taycan, they don't do that. With the
Yeah,
Taycan,
there's
it's completely stealth. I mean, it came up on me and I didn't even know it was there. I turned around and it scared me.
I test
And
drove
the
one
lady
last
driving
night.
it was zooming in the parking lot, just zooming.
I love that car.
I don't love the look of it, but I love the idea of it, if that makes sense. I
Well,
love
it
that
looks
Porsche
like-
made an electric car.
That's what Bill Gates bought.
Yeah, but still,
I'm not a
the
Gates
headlights.
What's
I
happened to
know.
Bill Gates? Can I ask you that? Is the conspiracies about him trying to poison the world and that, is that true?
fan.
Like poison
He-
the world due to the vaccination, or
He's trying to depopulate the world. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he's bought a lot of farmland in America.
Well,
he's
there's that
he's
too.
the biggest independent farmland owner in the U.S. now
Used to
Yeah,
be Ted Turner.
And what is it for? We don't know yet.
for growing crops, right?
Well, obviously he's going to go GMO. We know that. But what's the bigger plan?
Doc's hilarious.
What happened to Ted Turner?
Oh,
Is he alive
he's
still?
gonna stop farming on a massive scale. Is that what you're? Is that what
Is
you're
Ted
suggesting
Turner
here, Doc?
alive still?
I think so.
Moving hard?
I think.
He divorced Jane Fonda.
Why?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's 82.
Why did he divorce her? She was hot.
Yeah,
Was
it's a
the key word.
It was a starter wife. Yeah.
Did he marry again, Ted Turner?
He's
No,
been divorced from Fonda for a long time now, right?
since
Yeah, but I
2001.
thought he was more like just like,
Might have a
fun-loving
girlfriend.
bachelor.
Well,
Exactly.
now he is.
He's
Exactly.
not currently married.
He
I
didn't
thought he
do
was
so
like-
well in the AOL deal, did he?
I don't know how well he did on the
Remember
deal.
Time Warner, AOL merge?
Probably.
Remember that early 2000s?
But he's kind of like a Junior DiCaprio, isn't he? Like, doesn't he like date the women for a while and then he moves on to the next 40-year-old?
He said he had 4 girlfriends. I'm reading his Wikipedia page.
Ted
Jesus.
Turner
Yeah.
simultaneously?
He said it was complicated but easier than being married. Jesus.
That's amazing.
Well, actually, it would be easier because in court, none of those women could make any claims to any of his money.
Billions, yeah.
Unless you're in
Because it's op-
California.
it's open. Even then, because it's open that he's got more than one.
Yeah.
I could imagine legally that would make it solid. That's better than a prenup. I never thought about that.
Exactly. Guys, we're gonna wrap this show up in. I'm gonna give this here another.
If I'm sounding sexist,
7
I
minutes.
apologize.
No, that's quite okay there. I gotta tell you guys, seriously, $50,000. Would you buy one of these Model Ys or would you buy a watch?
I know what I'm buying.
I suppose you still need a transportation solution, don't you? It's not a matter of just
Yeah,
like
cars
even
are
a Corolla
common.
is 20, isn't it? What's a Corolla? What's a Corolla's 20,000? Burbing Hard, you're the Toyota man. Where's Toyota Mo when we need him?
Yeah, where's Toyota now?
Verb, don't
And-
Corollas get up to like 30 grand?
Yeah, they're not.
There's a bunch
I
of
would say
trends.
they're cheap.
They're the same price as a C
They
class.
start at 20.
They start at 20,
start at
but
20.
then you get the options in it, you'll get up towards 30.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like a base model will be 20, and then
Yeah, but what options do you need? You want a steering wheel and a seat. That's all I want.
I drove a rental Camry, and those are solid.
Archie wants to
very
roll
solid.
down the windows.
do you want what do you want? Air conditioning? I mean, what do you?
Yeah, you want airbags? What are you, a Nancy girl?
What, seatbelts on that thing?
Exactly.
With the
You want,
10
the
packs. Or
the, the $20,000 trim package doesn't come with floor mats. You gotta pay extra for that.
The all weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you got to
But-
buy the tires separately too.
But seriously, it's what a way to go. The Tesla, hey, what a way to go there. It's
All
I
I
don't
can
know if
say is I'd have
could
an
you-
easier time spending the money on a watch than on a car.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Doc.
I mean,
do you think some of these cars will explode? Petrol cars could explode, become highly collectible, or is gasoline going to be impossible to get? It's going to go like cigarettes.
It's be like Mad Max.
I don't think they're gonna get rid of internal combustion in our lifetime.
By the way, guys, a packet of cigarettes in my country is $50 for 25.
I think our government regulations will make it very expensive to drive gasoline cars.
Yeah,
I agree.
be like $10 a gallon or something crazy like that.
It's like UK prices.
Yeah.
Well, there's not a lot of old vehicles in like countries like Japan, right? Like if they have government regulations that make it
Let's switch
prohibitive
over to electric.
to
Yeah.
drive older vehicles.
Yeah. Tell me this: what do you think about Doc converting your Porsche into electric? You can retrofit. What do you think of retrofitting?
You know what? Someone did a 928 that way. It's pretty nice.
Yes. What do you think?
I wouldn't want mine that way, but if I found one that was damaged, I might spend the money to do it. Why not? But I do think that the
I mean, the whole
Taycan's
thing
a
about a
nicer car.
911 is the noise. It's the air-cooled engine. What the hell?
The
You're gonna have
718s are going electric.
They're actually
Yes.
they're actually
Wow.
rumored to be coming out with a 911 hybrid.
Yeah.
And that's the first step towards an all-electric 911, whether you want to admit it or not.
The Taycans are selling like crazy. Apparently, that's what my my guy at Porsche told me.
Well, it's basically an electric Panamera.
Yeah, pretty much.
It actually looks a little nicer in real life.
What happened
it
to
looks
the
nicer than
Panamera? They're
They're
expensive.
so nice. I actually
It's
really like
nice,
the new
and it's
Panamera.
it's been restyled so it doesn't have that bulbous ass like it had the first.
It looks like a
generation.
4-door 911 if you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
They're shaped.
Taycan looks like a 4-door 911 also,
Yeah.
Wow.
so you'd like it.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's just the headlights I can't get around.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like an Iron Man
Toyota,
suit.
here we go. Anonymous. Toyotas can be kept for around 300,000 miles.
Well, there's no arguing that.
I
That's
believe it.
true.
Tell me this. What I hope to do is, guys, my dream is to get a Toyota Camry
Yeah.
and treat it like a Rolls Royce.
I thought your dream was to get a semi tractor trailer and then
And treat it like a Rolls
They're gonna
Royce.
say
and then
semi-
and then drive around to truck stops and
Pick up lot lizards.
You know
pick up
what?
lot lizards.
What's up,
and-
sweetheart?
You know what? You know what?
What's going on, baby girl?
I gotta tell you, they got
You're
bad
doing-
drum brakes, bad aerodynamics, and diesel fumes.
When the cabs are rocking, don't come a knocking.
You know what I mean?
Archie
Like,
becomes a
seriously.
long haul trucker. Oh, that'd be amazing. The streams would be so good.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you know, they have a series called like Ice Truckers or something like that.
Yes, that's in Canada. Ice Road Truckers, amazing series. I'm scared of driving on ice after seeing that shit.
So you can have AC3 truckers.
Yeah, dude. That'd be cool. He does a stream from a CB radio.
Yeah, we got
Drives
Dis
around
in
with that
the
LV
crowd
box.
there.
Yeah,
we
man.
got
That'd be cool.
Dis in the crowd. Hey Arch, hi Dis, how are you, man?
I have a theory about this. I'm not going to say it on air, off air. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I think about this.
I think there's some problems with that individual. He, you know, they're not even lasting 6 months anymore, or you know, not even getting 3 months out of them. I feel like these are like the new cars. I'm not
They're
even
not as
getting 6
reliable as
months.
they used to.
I think if you drive them every day, it's a little different than if you drive them once a week. I mean, like Burbing Hard, myself,
Yeah.
Lolex, I think we're
Yeah.
like the one a week kind of
Or drive a car? Oh, one a week. Oh, I get. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so stupid. It's crazy.
Oh,
No, that's the way to go, guys. Look, it's been a great show today. I had a lot of fun. It was really fun. I got to tell you, it started off, you know,
Well, you had showcase at the beginning, didn't you?
Yeah, he had showcase
Yeah.
on. He's always
God, dude,
showcase was
his
was
3-2-1
amazing.
is so awesome. I know we're not supposed to bring up Tim, but he was showing me photos of his 3-2-1. God,
yeah.
damn.
Tim's
that's
got a
beautiful.
3-2-1.
No.
No.
Showcase.
Showcases the Ed
Oh.
White, so he was showing photos of it, and I was
That's
man,
awesome.
Yeah.
so cool.
No, that look. We're not anti anyone. You know that. I tell you honestly. I'm honestly everything's forgiven. I don't want to hold grudges. You know that.
that's
Life's
good.
too short to hold grudges, Arch.
Exactly. You know.
At least until tomorrow.
Exactly. You know, until Plastic and Sovron send me the links of how much I missed out on super chats from these other guys. You know. I gotta tell you guys, it was a great show. I liked a little bit of car talk. By the way, do you think that semi-trailer idea is ridiculous? Could you have a semi-trailer?
It's a little insane.
It's extremely insane. What are you going to use it for?
Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, so
Can you go on a ride along? Like go on a ride along with like a trucker and like see like how they. Because here's the dangerous thing, right? While the automotive industry is going through its own quartz crisis with all these electric cars, trucks are eventually going to be self-driving for hauling stuff. So I don't know that, what the future of trucking is going to look like. It might be drastically different.
Yeah. Okay.
How much does diesel cost over there in Australia? I mean, I think it costs a lot to fill up the tank in a truck like that.
It's about the same as petrol. The thing about diesel is you get such kilometers. Like a diesel car, you'll get 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah,
you'll get like 3.
But those trucks that you're talking about, I don't think they're going to go as far as that.
Well, see, the thing is, I'd only use the car once a week to go out for a drive. I mean, would it be fun? No, actually, it'd be a real bitch. You can't park it. You can't park it anywhere. You can't go to a shopping center because it won't fit under the thing.
I'll give you this. You'll intimidate everybody else.
Okay, Arch, the way that you park your car does not translate well to a semi. Yes. If you park by braille, like when you bump stuff.
Oh my god!
That's what I'm saying. You'll intimidate everybody. No one will. Everybody will want to use their car.
The only good thing about the semi-trailer is you've got that beautiful air horn. Beep, beep. The air horn.
You don't even need that.
Dude, you can put one of those in your car.
It's making noise, man. It's making noise just rolling up on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, diesel. I don't know what to say, guys. I think realistically, I'll be honest with you, my whole emphasis for cars, I've lost the spark. Okay? BMW, it's actually a money pit. You can't afford a cheap BMW secondhand. It's like, Saad, how dangerous would it be to buy a 15-year-old Bentley, Saad?
I will not recommend it at all.
You're hitting the opposite of the sweet spot.
The issue is
you know what's wrong with Saad? Saad,
Yeah.
you know what's wrong with you? There was a great YouTube channel called Josh's World. This guy bought a Bentley, an Arch. He had it for 2 years. It was relatively trouble-free. I want my fantasy to be like Josh's World.
Instead of Kilmer's World?
Let's not talk about that. That's nasty. Scotty Kilmer's World. But it was just fun motoring. He bought it. He made a whole lot of videos. He had a lot of fun. Then he sold it, got his money back, and bought a Subaru. Okay, that's what I want.
But that's really rare. He got lucky.
Do you really think a 15-year-old Bentley would be that unreliable?
Yes, of course. 15-year-old is, I believe, a Continental GT, maybe a Continental Flying Spurs.
That's right.
Flying Spurs,
Yes.
right? You can get a Flying Spur very cheap, but maintaining it, just the engine, second-hand engine, will cost you $100,000. The car itself will be for $15,000, $20,000. I don't know exactly.
What do you think of the idea? You buy one of these Bentleys where the motor's cooked. Okay, say it's
And
motor's
electrify
piped.
it?
And then what we do is we put in a General Motors box crate engine.
It's been
You
done.
But what about the
ECU.
suspension, the air suspension, the ECU especially? How will you make the engine or the new engine's ECU coordinate with the electronics that the car has? You have these aftermarket ECUs, Haltech and Motec and stuff, but you won't be able to do that with them. It's very difficult.
They're so
I saw-
complicated.
2 super
Can't
chats,
do
Arch.
I saw someone
Super-
who'd swapped an engine like that, though, into a
Yankee
Bentley.
Doodle, $2. Arch, would you consider driving a fire truck? Yes. You can. There's actually my kids had a fire truck, came to their birthday party. Yes, you can actually hire a fire truck. Yes. Those in my country,
I want the fire truck. Buy the fire truck, Daddy. Fireman.
and we had international harvester trucks.
Yeah, we
you
still
know,
have
big
those over
Inters.
here.
Yeah, they were very popular in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Timepiece Fund, $2. Forgive but not forget. and always protect your fort.
There's
Wise
a lot of
words.
wisdom from Timepiece.
He's
Fun.
very,
A lot of
very
wisdom
wise.
from Timepiece
Wise.
Fun.
He's a very
Mhm.
wise guy. You know, he's a very, very, very wise guy. Timepiece Fun.
Maybe we should say wise gentleman. It makes it sound
Wise-
different when you say he's a
yes.
wise guy.
He's a wise guy.
He's made man.
Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. Bentley reliability equals light your entire bank on fire.
That's somebody.
You know what?
who
He's not wrong
looked
there.
at
I
it.
had a friend of
No.
mine. Let me tell you this. He had a he had a friend who had a flying spur. I don't know if you know this,
Those
but
can be
that's actually
nice.
based on the Volkswagen Photon. You know the Volkswagen Photon?
Yes.
You know the
Yes.
V12 Volkswagen? That's what they did. They got the floor pan and the engine from the Volkswagen, because that was a disaster, right?
The $100,000 Volkswagen. Yes.
And they put it, that's what the Bentley became. Now, interesting, listen to this. The battery, you know, everything is electronic on it. To open the boot, there's no manual key. It's all electronic. So, where do you think they put the battery for the car?
Is that the crazy one under the seat?
No, it's in the boot.
Thank God.
Okay, now the only problem is, how do you get access to the boot?
That's a trunk for.
Yeah, trunk. How do you
Those
get
of us.
access to the trunk if the battery's dead?
Doesn't it have a key? You just, doesn't it?
The key
All
has a
electric?
key fob. Key fob.
So it doesn't have a lock. It doesn't have a lock mechanism at the trunk.
No. No.
What?
Okay, so how do you get in? You know how you get in?
You have to climb through the interior.
No. You get a plumber's plunger. You know the plumber's plunger?
Yeah.
You suck off the rear light, one of the rear lights. You can put your hand in.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I'd rather crawl through
And
the.
just be
I'd
careful
rather.
not to break the plastic clips. Just remember, don't break the plastic clips when you're pulling that light off, because otherwise you need to buy a new one.
With your plunger.
It's probably a $500 light or $1,000.
$1,500 light might be more to the thing.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yukoner dollars donation for the Pontiff and Sard the Gentleman. Thank you so much there. Guys, we're going to wrap this baby up. It's been a great show, a long show. Thank you for your service of duty, and we will see you tomorrow, guys. All welcome back. All welcome back. Come
Nice
on
burbs.
and enjoy. That's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Love it.
See you later, guys.